What is going on, guys? Hope everyone's having a fantastic day today. Obviously, it's been crazy, man, since yesterday and acquiring James Bradberry and what other moves are to come for the Philadelphia Eagles. Obviously, probably one more at safety. Has been some little things going on. It looks like, James Bradberry's already in the building, probably going to have his press conference today at some point. Unless he already had it. I don't think he did yet. But looks like apparently there was a post put up about the Eagles offense, and Jesse Bates looks like he actually liked one of the postings. It seems like, players are going to want to come here because of this offense, or especially how well built this defense is, and thinking maybe that, the Eagles are a prime contender this year, which, I'm not going to say they're a contender, but I think to other players, they want to join this really good cast of, what, the Eagles have built this past year. And, I hope so. You know what I mean? I really do hope so. But it's gonna be interesting, man. Like, I'm excited for the offseason, training camp, OTAs, the competition behind some of these positions, like at cornerback and safety, and seeing some of these other guys on the field, and seeing like what we drafted and what we're getting out of these draft picks as well, and Jordan Davis and the Covey Dean, even Grant Calcaterra, as a tight end, and where he's gonna fit in this tight end core that we have going on right now. So it should be a lot of fun, guys. But appreciate everybody coming in the stream today. Thank you so much. What's going on, Brandon Peck? Oh, hold on one second. We got Wombat Zombie. What's going on? SHAKESQUAD up. Go Birds Day. What's good, Pete? What's going on, man? How you doing, dude? Dave said, what's up? Nice day on Broad Street. Jock, what's going on, man? Dave said, Joey, what's up? Hope you had a good day. I was driving by the complex 10 minutes on my way home. That's awesome, dude. Hope you have a good day today, man. Someone says one thing to keep in mind is Mario Goodrich is going to be mentored by two elite cornerbacks. Jurgens is going to learn from Kelsey. Yeah, it's a lot of mentoring. It's a lot of mentoring. And, 100%, dude. I think the one thing I do want out of these OTAs, training camps to preseason, I really want one of these cornerbacks to kind of rise up, whether it's Goodrich or Josh Jobe or, Zech McPherson, Tay Gowan, somebody. I really want somebody to step up. I think that's what I'm kind of looking for right now with some of these guys. Because I feel like, at the end of the day, okay, Big Play Slay is only through contract until next year. So he plays throughout 2023, and that's it. He's a free agent. Bradberry's a one-year deal, obviously a big prove-it deal for him. So, I mean, you have guys like Tay Gowan that we got the Zach Ertz trade, didn't have an offseason with the Eagles, obviously. A guy that, is a big corner, too, and I want to see him play, having Zech McPherson as well. And going into year 2 with Zech McPherson, I think he is I didn't really like his coverage too much, but he was a rookie last year. Like I said, the past besides like the past couple years, besides, what's going on in the outside world with the virus and everything, and how limited some of these guys were to, what they could do in the offseason, like the virtual workouts and all that stuff. So hopefully everything is coming back to normal. We'll see, dude. I think that's definitely one of the most exciting positions, especially, cornerback. Definitely. So I like to see somebody rise up. And like you said, having, those two mentors, having, even having, Big Play Slay and having, James Bradberry are good mentors, guys that have a lot of, a lot of time in the NFL. So, T Barry, what's going on, man? What's going on, Dylan R? Josh says, Joey, fly goes fly. Hope everything's going good, Josh. Same old, same old. Yo, Philly Juan, what's going on, bro? Got King and I says, I'm excited for the Eagles. T Barry says, you see what I tagged on you on Twitter? I did not. I got to check. I don't know. There was a lot of people that tagged me a lot of stuff today. Yo, Ryan, what's going on? Shout out to Ryan Roman. Another guy gives out good news for me on Twitter. If you guys haven't, definitely haven't followed him on Twitter, definitely follow him. So shout out to him for all the news he's put out for me. He's tagged me in a lot of stuff or sent me some private messages about things. So thank you, Ryan, for all the help you do, man. Philly Juan says, what up with the Jesse Bates news? Apparently he liked one of the a post talking about the Eagles offense, showed the Eagles offense, and I guess he liked the post, I guess. So that's what I've seen so far. Paul says, Joey, do you think will be that player that shocks everyone this season? I got a feeling that Sweat of our D linemen are going to have a breakout year with all this talent. I mean, yeah, Josh Sweat should have a better year. He's a 7 to 9 sack guy for what he's getting paid for. So I think Hassan Reddick will have a really good year. I think he'll be in the 10-plus sack category because how the way they're going to use him this year. The Covey Dean will have over 100 tackles this year. He'll play very well, making his transition to middle linebacker. He'll be a middle linebacker calling the plays by the time the season does start. But shocking of what player is going to shock us, I don't know, man. I don't really know, to be honest. I'm looking for one of these cornerbacks to kind of rise up, gets his chance and maybe plays well. So we'll see. Jock said, so what is the biggest competition you want to see in practice? I mean, I like the corner spot. I really do. Corner spot and more safety right now. Maybe that last spot for the running backs if they're keeping 4 running backs this year with Miles Sanders, Kenneth Gainwell, Boston Scott, and kind of seeing with Kennedy Brooks what he does. Kind of want to see more. And they want to see what Cam Jurgens does in that offensive line if he could beat Jack Driscoll out of that right guard spot, because I think he will play right guard this year. Beat Driscoll out. Driscoll will be the backup right guard, right tackle, and then, Jurgens will become the starting center for the Eagles next year, most likely. Dylan says, no money left for Bates. Give it up. Hey, look, there's always a chance, man. There's always a chance. I mean, he might want an extension, maybe not now, maybe not till next year. So who knows? I mean, Dillard, they can still save money with Dillard. They can still save money by extending Hargrave if they want to do that to save $13 million. So they can make it happen. So it's not impossible. George says, what's going on, man? He said, what going on, Joey? How's it going? Big things coming. Looks like Jesse Bates could be a possibility. It looks like it, man. We'll see, though. He likes some Eagle stuff on Twitter, so, it's starting to, he might be very, very interested in coming here, so we'll see. Don't say he's not looking to play under F-tag. Well, apparently he didn't sign his franchise tag yet. Apparently he didn't sign it yet. So if he doesn't sign it, then he could do whatever he wants. As long as he doesn't sign it, I think he's fine. So, Charlie Chan, what's going on, man? So, what up, Joey? I'm really excited about the Eagles season, man. Dude, it's probably one of the most exciting seasons for the Philadelphia Eagles and what they're going to do this year. So, I'm pretty pumped about it. Dylan says, I love for it to happen, but we got to be realistic. Larry Jackson says, sup, bro? Just got back from my honeymoon cruise and saw your post. Birds are looking good. What are your thoughts on Nate's? You think it's officially safe to say we're making a run for the chip? I wouldn't, congratulations on your marriage and your honeymoon, by the way. I hope you had a fantastic time. Nah, dude, I would love to think that they're going to be a contender this year, but there's so many questions. Like, we got all these pieces now. Could Jonathan Gannon really fulfill this? I want to go back to the Jim Johnson days, man. I want to have that physical defense. I mean, even getting Bradberry now, you have a press corner, but a guy that's really good in zone as well. So you have a guy that's good at both aspects. It's really up to Jonathan Gannon, Shane Steichen, the offensive coordinator, and Jalen Hurts at the end of the day. I'm not going to say they're going to compete, but I think they can win the NFC East, and I think they can win a playoff game this year, which puts them in a really good spot. So we'll see. Yo, King said Dickerson versus Jordan Davis is going to be fun to watch. It's going to be a physical practice, man. Probably tell the Eagles looking at Trey Boston. Yeah, I seen that. This is a guy that was cut after a new contract, I guess, after 1 year. I mean, I don't know why they cut him. I don't know why. I don't think he's a superstar, but I think this is another guy you could look at safety. This could be a gem right here. You never know what you're going to get out of Trey Boston, so we'll see. Barron says, yo, Joey, what's going on, man? Larry Jack says, Bates. Saturday B said, what's happening, Joey? People still think there's not enough cap space for Bates. They don't believe in Howie vision. No, I guess not, dude. I guess they don't. Carter the Real said, Joey, my guy, what's going on, Carter? Dylan says, now Trey Boston is a real possibility. Why not he not play for anyone for a year? Yeah, I don't know, dude. I don't know. Did he play for 1 year or he didn't play for 1 year? I thought he played for one year. I don't know. Jock says, what is better, do a better, AJ or Devontae versus Slay and Bradberry? I think AJ and Devontae is going to be really crazy, dude. Paul says, how many backs are we keeping this year? I'm thinking 4, Aaron Scott, Gainwell, and Brooks. I totally agree with that. I said Kenny Brooks will probably be the 4th guy, most likely. So that's going to be your bruiser back, most likely, for this year. Dylan says, I'm leaning towards Clark. Yeah, we'll see what happens. Like, I'm still looking for Dillard to be traded. But, Minshew could be, who knows? I mean, you never know what could happen. But, could be traded as well. I think there's some candidates out there, but we'll see. If Rager, obviously the Ravens, called the Eagles about, a trade for Jalen Rager, and the Eagles didn't push on this trade during the draft. Luck says if he hasn't signed it yet, he isn't technically a free agent. Jay says that Dean goes middle linebacker. Where does TJ go? I don't know, man. If Kaiser and Hassan Reddick playing from Sam to edge rusher just depends on the scheme that they're doing. Troy said, what up? What's going on, man? King 9 Pin says Nakobe Dean is going to be a difference maker this year. Totally agree with that. Cham, man, I was hoping that we could get fired. How he get fired from now. He got me thinking about that. Yo, Yeepa, what's going on, bro? Hope you're having a good day, man. Who that says, Joey? What's going on, man? What's going on, dude? How you doing, dude? Baron said it'll be interesting to see Strong's progression, OTAs, and training camp. Yeah, I mean, I'm excited. All I'm looking for Strong to do is really give our guys good looks in OTAs, training camp, and for the preseason games. That's really all I'm looking for from Carson Strong. I'm not thinking he's going to make the team as a backup. I don't think he's going to make the team. I think what's going to happen is he's not going to make the team, and the Eagles are just going to let him go, and another team's going to pick him up like really, really quick. So I hope we sign Clark or Bates. We'll see what happens, man. I mean, give it time. Give it time. Colin, what's going on, man? Paul says for June 1st cuts, what's the roster limit there? I feel like there's an extra 2 spots on the roster. I think it goes from 52 to 54. I could be wrong. Guys, let me know in the live chat about that as well. I really don't even know. Charles, I told my friend Jesse that we're going to the Super Bowl this year. Just remind me of 2017. Josh says, Howie is slowly making our team very enticing free agent destination. If Hurts takes the next step this year, we will probably have free agents taking pay cuts to play here. I mean, probably. I mean, look, if everyone's in on getting a championship, there might be some pay cuts. There might be some guys that are willing to restructure, if that's the case. It's more guaranteed. It's more bonus money towards them or money up front towards them. So it's really kicking the can down the road, but we'll see. Chris says, hey, Shakes, Gannon has every player he needed to fit his scheme. No excuses or defenses, playmakers everywhere. This is the most talented Eagles team in 20 years. It might be, dude. It might actually be, man. I don't know when we didn't have a cornerback core like this, even for the Super Bowl. We had a good pass rush. We had a good moving piece of MalcolmJenkins that really bandaged up our defense. The linebacker core was nothing like this in that Super Bowl year either. I mean, this team can go far and beyond. They really can. If they really want it to happen, it's all about the coaching now. It's the second process of what's going on. T. Barry 93 says, these sports news shows keep saying the BS, yet the Eagles have improved, but Dak is better QB, so we're going with the Cowboys winning the division. I don't think he doesn't have only one playoff win. And you know what's funny? I watched NFL Network last night, and they still had the Cowboys and Eagles neck and neck. Like, I'm just sitting there, I'm like, you're still, even after Bradberry, still the Cowboys. And it's because of Jalen Hurts, man. If we had a better quarterback, or at least from what they expect, a better quarterback than Jalen Hurts, we would be further ahead of the Cowboys right now. Because it's Jalen Hurts as the quarterback, it doesn't matter what moves that we've made towards our defense or the rest of our offense. I swear, they have the Cowboys and Eagles still neck and neck, which I don't get why, but makes no sense to me. Yo, Weezy, what's going on, bro? He said, what is good, Joey? Squad up. What's going on, man? Killer says, what's up, Joey? Dave says, have good corners will help the receivers and vice versa for practice. Oh, yeah. I mean, the competition's going to be great. I'm going to put a lot of work in with some of these guys, which is going to be good. Urban Chaos says, what's up, Joey? How you getting on, buddy? What's going on, man? Swag says, hey, Joey, just got back from college graduation. Thanks for the stream again. Gannon is the biggest question this year. Hopefully he produces these guys. Well, congratulations on college graduation, man. And I hope he does, man. This is it. If he can't produce or he's got the players to do his hybrid scheme now. So if he can't get it done, yeah, I think a lot of people think he's on the hot seat, but I think he is. Chris Scott Dillard has to stay because Johnson's ankle can act up and he could miss a few games. You can move him a lot over the right guard or put Dillard at left tackle. Yeah, I mean, you could, but Mulata's not going to play well at right tackle. I mean, he's played the right side before, but I don't know if he's going to play that well over there. I mean, yeah, Lane Johnson has had some ankle issues. I mean, that's definite. So, Paul said with the contract the Eagles gave Carter Shaw, I feel like they want to keep 3 quarterbacks or might have plans to move Minshew. Barron says, still curious about Samalo's role on this team. Might be a backup, man. I don't even think there's even room for him to start anywhere. Miguel says, what's going on, Joey? How you doing with football? How you doing, man? Doing good. QJ says, we need to get safety. Lee Keybom, they'll be perfect. King said, I appreciate all the Saints fans here, but Mulata is Cam Jordan and Davenport's father. Carl Robinson says, I think we'll get Jesse Bates. We'll see. Colin said, James Bradberry versus A.J. Brown, Darius Slay versus Devontae Smith and OTAs. It's going to be fun, man. I'm awake. Are you says Bates next, dude? I'm hoping. He liked one of the Eagles. He liked one of the Eagles posts on Twitter. I think it wasn't a post from the Eagles. It was like, I think, talking about the Eagles offense and a picture of like a bunch of guys on the offense, and Bates actually liked it. Reese says, sorry, Joe Shakes back yesterday. I thought you said Shakespeare raid on Fifth Honor instead of Shake Squad. No, you're good. No, it's good. Shake Squad raid. Yeah, you guys did a fantastic job, by the way. Ron said, Joe, I woke up feeling dangerous this morning. It's safety time now. We're getting greedy now. We're getting a little too greedy now. I don't blame it, dude. If you're gonna go all in, go all in. You know what I mean? Rod from the X, what's going on? He said, love all the moves made by the Eagles. Hope gang can get the job done. Never forget Vince Young's dream team comment. Go Birds. Yeah, it's a lot of people were talking about that. It was really pissing me off the other day. Kogo says, I hope we don't end up like that year we sign all these people and suck. I'm like, are you to somebody go tell the Rams we ready? King said, we're going to win the Super Bowl next year. Then after that, Paul said, practicing the Dolphins will be beneficial. Waddle and Hill versus Slay, Bradberry. Yeah, it's going to be a good matchup. It's going to be a really good matchup. Jock said, hell, even if we had Aaron Rodgers retaking heads, we still have Dallas ahead of us. Snooze says, I'm happy with the team as is. Adding anybody else is a bonus. Hard to believe that after this great offseason, we still have 2 firsts next year and 2 seconds. 2 seconds to 2024. Oh, yeah, dude. We have 2 firsts and a second next year, and we have two second-round picks in 24, which is great, man. That's what I'm hoping Jalen Hurts works out, dude. I hope he does. T-Bear says exactly the only way they will admit they're better if we get someone like Rager or someone on that caliber, Rodgers or someone on that caliber. He says, stop moving Mulata. He's earned the left tackle. Yeah, he's got to stay at left tackle, man. Carter says Smitty and AJ might be like DK and Lockett. Waggy Slush says, what about Jesse Bates? Do you think that's stretch, or do you think we could possibly? I think when it comes to Howie Roseman, he can get almost anybody. The Eagles can do whatever they want. They're going to have to give up some draft capital. They're probably going to have to give up a second-round pick for Bates. And if they don't, they're going to steal him away. I mean, Howie Roseman will work something. Plus, they have some, the Bengals might want, Dillard. Maybe they want more offensive line help. You never know who could be involved in that trade if they want him there. So, Ramo, what's going on, man? Yo, Joey, if the Gannon play call scheme still stinks with all the players have right now, he should be dumped. Yeah, in a heartbeat. I totally agree with that. I'm going to give you no dream team, but super team almost. Let me go back up because I totally missed some stuff. Yo, showing off, what's going on, man? Dave K, if Gannon was on the hot seat, we wouldn't have the additions how he made. Yeah, maybe that's the case, but we still need additions regardless. You know what I mean? So, yeah, I guess it's like now we're going to give you the pieces you want, and you're going to get them, and hopefully you can get, you could do well with it. Jacob says, yo, what's going on, Jacob? Chris R says, we still get Bates and Clark, book it. No, we're not going to get both, but we're going to get one of them maybe. Reb said, what up, Joey? Some of your old videos popped up, and I was thinking, are you going to do the Welcome to Philly highlights? Yeah, I don't know, dude. I used to do those when I wasn't as busy on YouTube, like, a while back. Unfortunately, like I've had no time to do highlight videos because those videos take me a while to do, like sometimes 2 to 3 hours, sometimes more than that, depending on the editing and stuff. So maybe I will get back into it, just not right now. Barron said, Kyron Johnson will be fun to watch in OTs and training camp. Kyron Johnson's going to be, I'm excited, man, for him to be like a backup, defensive end, rotational guy. He's got a big first quick step, ran a 4.38. He's got a fight back to him, which I really do like, but we'll see what he does. Let's see if he's better than Teron Jackson. Let's see if he actually shows up a little bit. So Mawika, will play, right guard and back lane up. Cam will play right guard. Yeah, maybe. Yeah. Dave says, Joey, do you know Joe Bacci? I'm going to hang out with him. My first time hanging out with the football. Oh, that's awesome, dude. You said no dream team, but super team almost. Remo says Bates is only 25, head fit right, and with the future plan, still okay with Epps if it doesn't happen though. Yeah, I mean, look, I'm fine with keeping Epps. You know what I mean? I'm fine, but I need to see. I want to try moving if Goodrich can't play corner or there's too much in front of him. I would try moving Goodrich to safety or something because I think he can actually. He's got some nice range to him. I would try, obviously the Blankenship, Reed Blankenship, that guy. I mean, there's a bunch of guys to really look at right now with the safety spot. I want to add more bodies to that spot, more competition to that spot if that's the case, with obviously the Trey Boston stuff that came out today. Chris Sirianni and Steichen have what they need as well. A.J. Brown will open up Smith, Watkins, and Goddard to be wide open a lot. Hurts has to hit them. I totally agree. Says so. What up, Joey? And chatting word on Jesse Bates. Nothing yet, man. But he's starting to like some tweets that the Eagles are mentioned in. Carlin said, I don't believe in Dream Team. Carla Real says, like I said, if we get Bates and naming my son Howie Carter. The answer says, I have a hard time believing we'll just roll into the season with Harris and Epps, but I don't know who we'll get. I mean, I can believe they'll roll into the season with them too. If they really can't get anybody, I think they'll roll. Because look, at the end of the day, like Howie can't get everything done. The cap can only take us so far, at the end of the day. But there's always a way to do things. You can always extend Javon Hargrave right now, extend him till next year so it doesn't count for this year, and save $13 million right now if you want to make another big move, if that really does help. So we'll see. We'll see. Jock says, I wish we had Jim Johnson to run our defense. I'm old school. I know, dude. I definitely know that. King says, what would you consider a successful season this year? Our defense needs to be like, our defense got to be top in turnovers, at least top 5 in turnovers, sacks. We got to be like top 5 in sacks this year. Offensively, we just need to pass the ball well. I mean, running the ball, I got no problem with it because I think we'll be fine, like we did last year. And last year we need to run the ball early in the season. With AJ Brown now, you got to really expand that playbook. You got to let Jalen Hurts go into play action, not just read options and RPOs every play, because you're not keeping the defense on their heels. So. I think with Jalen Hurts, he just has to do just enough. Like, I think he just has to more the anticipation on throws, throwing the ball into tight windows. You're just hitting your guys on stride, man. And you're going to have a successful year. You're going to have a very big successful year. So. Actually, I feel like we can get too happy. I'm a girl hard Eagles, but we can remain calm and hope the team stays healthy. Yeah, I mean, health is another big thing too. Rep said, I wish we can get Bates, but we spent the rest of our money on Bradberry. Chris said, if Cincinnati wants Dillard and third for Bates, I do the trade. We have a couple guys to trade, tackle for a few games if Johnson Mulata misses time for any reason. Totally agree. I'm going to agree. So Covey and Max will be the quiet assassin. Stay tuned. Brent Covey. D. Barry says, Bradberry having his media day. It looks like he is. He's in the facility today, so. Ron said, Kyron Johnson is going to be nice in time. I think we got something in this guy. I hope so, dude. I hope so. I really like that pick a lot. The Eagles were very aggressive moving up for him. Yo, eaglesCAD for life. Says, good afternoon. What's going on, man? Paul says, it's crazy how much young talent we have this team, and thinks that Wally Roseman and his huge brain. I totally agree. Sorry, guys. It's been a long night, long day. Reeb says, Joey, what do you think about Kyron Johnson taking Barnett job? I want to see if he's better than Teron Jackson and Derek Barnett, if he actually produces more. I mean, we'll see. But Aaron says, I love that the Eagles will be placing Cox and Kelsey with massive talent on rookie deals that get a full year of tutoring. I'd say wait on safety and grab one in the draft next year. Yeah, they could. I mean, if they sign a safety right now, if they sign Bates, it's going to be long-term. If they're signing Clark, it's going to be like a one-year deal. So that's the most realistic reality of it. If you're signing Bates at 25 years old, and Howie likes to sign guys that are young to long-term deals because those count as draft picks. They'll be like, well, this is a position we were going to draft next year anyway, so let's just go lock him up right now. Jesse Bates being that beast that he is, and he's only 25. You can have him, sign him to a 4 or 5 year contract, lock him up for years to come. Barron says, I hope we extend Hargrave. I think we will do it. He's a big re-sign candidate for the Eagles, so we might. Awik says, Goodrich will be fine. Cornerback luring behind Slamberry. Yeah, we'll see. Second said, and they did said no one wanted to play for this team. Knee slapper. Carla said, there is no such thing as cap space with Howie Roseman. Totally agree. Also, yo, Joey, is this a do or die season for Hurts or Gannon with all the pieces they have? I think so. 100%. Yo, Kay, what's going on? What up, Joey? What's going on? I'm with you says top 3 defense. I could smell it. I could smell a top 5 defense right now. No joke. Ron said the fact that Bradberry chose us over 11 teams, $7.5 million blew me away. It seems like he wants to play for Philly. Joey, if Bradberry balls out, is him and Slade cornerback of the future? See how he plays this year, man. I think Bradberry is a huge upgrade from Steven Nelson by a landslide. I think he's a huge upgrade. Not even just that, but to play in the Giants twice a year definitely came into effect. And I think he likes the defensive line and the team that's built around with I think he likes a lot of the pieces with this defense as well. So He's going to love it here. He looked like he was like a rookie coming into the Eagles facility today. It was so funny. He's just walking around and doesn't know anybody. And he looks like he's a kid in a candy store. It's just like, I don't know. He looks like he's just excited, but he looks like he's like a rookie walking into a new place. He's walking into enemy territory. What would have been enemy territory, for him. So it's just kind of funny. Jock says, everyone smash the like button, subscribe. Joey deserves. I appreciate it so much, man. Thank you so much, dude. Paul says, I'm starting to think how he tapped into Jerry Jones' bank account to sign these guys. What cap? Garrett says, Cowboy fans won't say James Bradberry is better than Jordan Lewis. Eric says, I know it's a dream, but imagine tricking some team into trading Barnett for a mid-late round pick, then using the savings to sign Clowney. Yo, Philly Luke, what's going on, man? Yo, Rock, what's up? Maldisa Eagles are firmly above the Cowboys at this point. Trade Dillard, the Bates, and Rager for a Chuck Clark trade. Rock says, I said ready and hyped for the season. Musthead says, I wonder why the stinky Cowboys are still the favorites to win the NFC East. I think it's really gonna surprise people this season. No, it's because of Jalen Hurts, because the media thinks Jalen Hurts is bad. So if we had another quarterback in this room right now, we'd be above the Cowboys. But it doesn't matter what we add to this roster right now, because Jalen Hurts is the quarterback. They said I watched it last night. They said we're neck and neck with the Cowboys right now. It's just ridiculous. Totally ridiculous. Gay said Rager is a bona fide scrub. Damn straight. Cameron says, say it with your chest. Cameron says, we can't afford Bates. His market value is like $13 million. We'll see, dude. We'll see. Chris, I absolutely have a man crush on Covey. I think he'll lead the league in punt return yards this season. I definitely agree with that, man. I definitely agree. I think it could actually happen. He's not even just. I think he'd actually be that third down or that gadget wide receiver for the offense on end arounds or screen passes, slants, go routes. I think you could use him on the small things for this offense. I hope he's not a bust, but damn, if he could help this offense, it would be great. Shoots underrated position need is punt returner and kick returner. Stu says, how do you feel about Grant Calcaterra? Think he can secure that backup spot from Stahl or Jackson? I think he can. I think with Tyree Jackson, you have to just put him on IR because he's not going to be 100% healthy yet. Okay, coming off that ACL, I would stash him. I'd put him on IR. I would totally stash him. He's the guy 6'7", only playing tight end his second year. Jack Stahl is more of a blocking tight end, but I would like him to get some catches as well because he blocks very good. And then JJ Arthur-Whiteside he's not gonna last on this roster. It's just not gonna happen, though. It's just not gonna happen. Yo, Chris said, Michael D, I would love that. We can cut Harris. Malik Aryu says, yeah, he looked so nervous. He did. He looked like, he was just walking around. Jake said, I'm hoping if they get Clark or Bates, we dump off Rager. King says, any position of power requires wisdom. You get wisdom from making mistakes. Howie Roseman has learned from his mistakes and is starting to put it all together now. I definitely agree with that. I wonder if Andy Weidel, or maybe not Andy Weidel, but maybe some of these other guys in the front office that they ended up firing, maybe they were kind of the reasons why. Maybe they were a little bit of a fight back with some of these picks the past few years. I don't know what the case is. I mean, Jeffrey Lurie maybe was a little hands-on with some of these positions too. We'll see. Baron Van Cyclonis, he says, imagine if we signed Clowney to be a rotational piece. He would be great. I mean, I don't know. I mean, how cheap would he be right now? I mean, it's pretty late. He hasn't signed with anybody yet. Miles says Devin Allen can return punts. Yeah, Devin Allen's another one we have too. I would like Devin Allen on punt returner and Britton Covey on the kick returns. Give as much space for Britton Covey as possible, and he'll make it happen. Carla Russo, what do you think of Jim Schwartz would have done with this defense we have now? I still think there'd be veteran favoritism. I think Derek Barnett would be still starting. Nate Gary would still be here. He doesn't know how to use linebackers. He doesn't know how to use cornerbacks. And we had a good defensive line, good pass rush. Now we had the total opposite of that last year where we had a good secondary. Our secondary played a lot better than, we had in recent years, but our pass rush was just horrible. Didn't know how to use players on the defensive line and didn't make any adjustments, which probably was one of the biggest things with Jonathan Gannon. I mean, this was a second half defense, which I couldn't stand, going to this year. So it's been kind of crazy. Reps said all talks Goodrich, but that about Zach is he's going to be a cornerback 3. Hopefully he'll get reps when we rest our starters. Ryan says the Eagles can offer a contract Jesse Bates and the Bengals can match it. Mike Arias says Covey Allen goes to practice squad. Remo says Bradberry restructured his contract last season, took less money so the Giants could sign more players last offseason and they thanked them by cutting him. Yeah, but the Giants actually signed Michael Jaquette today. They actually signed Michael Jaquette. That guy was horrible. Was that guy working at a tire shop when we signed him? That guy was actually working at like a 9-to-5 job, I think, when we signed him for help. That guy was horrible. That guy fell on his own feet. Like, no joke. It definitely should be a top 5 defense in the league. We have decent coverage for the linebackers and corners. Just needed one safety. Julie says, do you think Brent Covey will become a number 3 wide receiver? No, I don't think so. I think he could be I think he could play special teams, kick returns, and I think he can actually, be a gadget receiver for like trick plays or like end arounds or something like that for his speed. They could do a lot with him, but as a pure starter, no. I don't think so. Michael D said, tired of Rager, fair catching every time. Aaron says, Rager has no role. Perfect time to ship his out. He even has a fresh, clean IG page. Good for him. Ray said, Jalen is at the point of Dak before Dak got Cooper, but the Eagles have a ton more talent than the girls when Cooper landed. I totally agree with that. Even when Cooper was there, I think what we have now is better than what the Cowboys had when they had Cooper there. So you said, what's the hardest team you see on the schedule? Hardest team? It's going to be probably Green Bay. I mean, probably Green Bay at this point, because you're going to have the Colts, the Titans, and Green Bay. I think I forgot what weeks, 14, 15, 16. I could be wrong. No, 12, 13, 14. I forgot what weeks to play all 3 of them. It's past week 10, week 9, week 10. It's after week 10, but I think those are going to be our hardest. That's the meat and potatoes of our schedule right now. Yo, Michael says, hey, Joey, how are you? I'm doing good, man. How you doing, bro? But yo, Shake Money, what's good? Shake Money, I like that name. I should change it. Chris said, great punt return, is great at cutting and has quick bursts out of the cut with short and long speed. Covey is that. I totally believe it. As soon as I watched tape, there was 18 and a half minutes of highlights of him just on special teams. I mean, that's crazy. I've never seen that before. Like, I've never seen that much tape on him. Carter said, I heard if J. Joe doesn't work out time, he's going to move to right tackle. Yeah, they might actually move him to another spot just to justify the pick once again, but I hope he's actually cut. I hope he's actually cut after this year. That's what I'm hoping. Joe says, getting at least one safety with the other additions on defense, you could put Epps as strong or let them battle it out for rookies. I would definitely let them battle it out. Yo, Takeem, what's going on, man? Andrew says, may the spirit of Jim Johnson guide Gannon this season. Totally agree with that, bro. Garrett says, Slay gave up 2 receivers for 21 yards against Dallas. He locked CD shit up. I don't care what anyone says. He's better than every corner. And plus, like, CD Lamb, he was on wasn't he on? He was on a number 2 guy. I mean, I don't know what CD's gonna do against the number 1 corner. Can he handle to being that number 1 wide receiver? I don't know if he can, man. David says, how about Britton Covey on punt returns? I wouldn't mind it. Aaron says, and hire Dawkins to be a secondary coach for some form. Brent says, what are some cut trade candidates on our team right now? I mean, it's Dillard, it's Rager for trade candidates. I mean, I don't think you're cutting anybody. I think you're trying to trade with Dillard, Rager. Minshew's definitely a big trade candidate too. If a quarterback goes down between now and to week 9 of the trade deadline, week 9 of the season, I think that's definitely a big one there. Case Hand says Jaquette is going to get toasted by Smitty. Imagine if Michael Jaquette's the starting corner for the Giants this year. It's not going to be good. I'm not Rager fan, but Sirianni doesn't know how to use the guy. No screens, reverse, direct snap. Well, I mean, I think that's part of it. Beginning of the season, I think it was part of it, but he was given every opportunity. He started every single game. If he was on another roster right now, he would have been cut by week 4 of the season. He would have already been cut. I mean, it's ridiculous how many chances they've given him because he's a first-round pick and they're trying to get something out of him, and that wasn't happening. So after he lost those 2 catches in that Giants game, he dropped those 2 catches. That was it for me. I was done with Rager after that. The address says, wait, wasn't he one of the guys? Michael Jaquette was with us, but he was Michael Jaquette was horrible. I see a lot of similarities of this team in 2017 team, except safeties and QB, but I think Hurts will have a breakout year. I'm hoping so, man. Slobby Joe, Slobby Show, what's going on, man? He says, I think it's underrated that we have an extra second 24, and if Bradberry leaves, we get a comp pick, right? Yeah, so they can get as high as a 3rd-round pick for Bradberry if he leaves and they sign another corner. So this is all because of obviously bringing in a good player like Bradberry, but secondly, they can actually, if they release him after this year, they don't re-sign him, we can actually get a 3rd-round pick. I don't know if it's for next year's draft or the draft after. I don't know what I think it's for next year's draft for a 3rd-round pick. So we'll see. Thomas says Nasser Adderley, Philly native, could be available. We got Khaled Ware says Covey is 25-year-old rookie. Stop it with the guy. Lion says, hey, Joey, I'm pumped for Bradberry. Me too, bro. Paul says Green Bay without Adams as a whole. Yeah, but they still, I mean, Christian Watson's going to be good over there. I mean, I think Aaron Rodgers is going to make everybody look really good. Going to make him look really good. So they have Sammy Watkins, which, he's not really anything anymore, but I think Rodgers is going to be the big deal over there of making those guys look really good. So we'll see. Maldi said we should be able to beat Green Bay. They have no receivers. Barry and Slayer are going to lock that up. Trent says, Joey, what's going on, man? What's going on, Trent? Second says, I don't think we should sleep on the Colts, to be honest. Yeah, I wouldn't sleep on them, but it depends what Matt Ryan does. Really, it's really up to Matt Ryan. It's a good roster over there. I know T.Y. Hilton's gone. They're trying to re-sign him, I think, right now. A few teams are actually trying to get him right now. It's really up to Matt. I think Matt Ryan will play pretty good over there. They've done well with veteran quarterbacks. So Rock says that's the great subject. The Eagles coaching handle all this talent. That's what I'm saying. Can they produce these guys? So you say, oh, my God, MalcolmJenkins, he was so bad. The Dallas game comes to mind. I remember screaming, get him off the field all game. Yeah, I think he tripped on his own feet. I think he actually tripped on his own feet at one point. Guy says, Covey is 25. He was playing against kids and wasn't dominant. Stop it with this guy. Julio says, going from Rager to Covey on return should be a massive upgrade. Rager would cost us field position and drops and bad decisions every time. The more time that Rager has on punt returns, the worse he is. The more separation he has, the worse he is. I don't know how that's the case, but kind of crazy. Barron says, just anybody but Rager on punt returns. Reeves says, I think it'll be the Vikings. Packers lost some weapons. Andrew says, J-Jaw is a cut candidate. I hope so. Benjamin says, yo, Shakes, would you get Foles back? No. I'm done, dude. I'm ready for this new era, man. I'm excited. Pat CJ, Eagles could get Julio Jones. No, I mean, we're done at receiver, man. We're finished. JBC, Joey, good thing our harder games after week 10 so we can figure out what type of offense we're going to be. Cody says, y'all got faith that Troy Farrell drafted a guy more than a 23-year-old first rounder. What are you talking about? You talking about Chris Burton Covey? Roy Gardner said, you don't have to block for Covey. Just get in front of him and watch him work. But, dude, I mean, even if the people are on board for Brent and Covey, he's only going to play special teams at the end of the day. Like, realistically, he's probably only going to play special teams. But anyway, y'all, because I think Foles is old, but Reed D knows Theo offense, and he doesn't hesitate throwing the ball open player. Yeah, I mean, he throws it, man. It says Allen and Covey cannot handle kickoff duties, but have the right mindset for special teams that makes JJ 100% expendable. I'm also, Joey, oh, God, I almost choked. Joey, do we have any money to sign Bates? It doesn't matter. I could say this. It does not matter if we have money to sign him because at the end of the day, Howie Roseman could move money around, move the cap around and, sign some extensions. I mean, Hargrave, if they sign Hargrave and extend him, they save $13 million right now. So why does age matter if he is going to be a return man? You're going to be a return man. Kez says, trade Rager for a second rounder next year in a vet safety. Yeah, that would be a good move. That'd be a good move. Mick the Dog says, go Browns. You guys are my dark horse to win it all. Really? Well, dude, you guys have a good team too. I know Deshaun Watson's going to be he's going to be suspended. Probably I'm waiting on the suspension. He's probably going to be suspended 3 to 4 games, but we'll see. We'll see. Dome says, yo, Joe, what's up? Bates like a tweet about Eagles. Yeah, I saw that today. We're going to have a video on that too. Mick says, hey, we are all what we are, but all my life, it's only been 30 years. Chris Scott says, maybe our biggest need is punter. The Eagles had the worst field position on offense and defense because of our – yeah, I totally agree. Our special teams, the third part. We haven't had good special teams since 2015, 2014, since Darren Sproles was here, Josh Huff was here. We haven't had good special teams in a while. Everyone says, imagine if the Jacks signed Foles, Lawrence got hurt. They play the Commanders week 1. Dougie P and Foles come in and take Wentz out. Yo, Jimmy, what's going on, man? Lion says, Bradberry and Slay, top 2 corners in the league last year. Blue Pill said, people are still talking about Foles. Shut the fuck up already. We got Clutch like Covey says, if Hurts gets injured, would you want Foles? No. I mean, I don't know. I mean, I don't know what they're going to do. I mean, I'm hoping he doesn't get hurt. I mean, I don't want him to get hurt. I don't know what they're going to do at that position. Mick said, you need to sign Baker as a backup, please. Pretty please. No, I'm not even touching that. I wouldn't touch Baker Mayfield with a 10-foot pole. I wouldn't do it. Andy said, Foles would be the best backup in the league with star potential if Hurts struggles or gets injured. Second says, we got Howie Vision, baby. The Dub says, yo, Joey, did we get any new players since yesterday? No, nothing yet. Nothing yet. Well, we got 300 people in the chat right now. If you guys haven't subscribed, subscribe to the channel. Like the stream. Let's get the stream to 200 likes if we can. Like the stream if you guys have it. Definitely check out the memberships in the pinned comment and description below for extra content. Any tier doesn't matter. It's just for support and extra content, so definitely check it out. Like I said, Bradberry and Slade, both top 5 corners. Jimmy says, hey, yo, can't wait to see the Birds ball. Mick says, we are all waiting on the suspension. I heard it's 3 to 4 games. That's what I heard. Charlie Rivera said, how are we going to give Gannon the D in his dreams? Let's hope he doesn't choke us. Charlie, Charlie is always talk sexual in this chat. I don't know why. Anderson Watson is going to be suspended a full season. I don't think, really? I heard 3 to 4 games. I mean, it's kind of, Cameron said, I mean, it kind of doesn't matter because regardless of how good Howie is with the cap, there's always going to be limited. Oh, yeah. I mean, I obviously know that, but we'll see. Lion says, we can't get Bates, can barely have any money. Slavy says, dude, I watched an interview with Covey. He's incredibly smart with special teams so much they let him design the schemes in college for the team due to smart. I heard Watson gets suspended a whole year. That's crazy, dude. That's going to be a waste of money for the year. They're talking about suspending Deshaun for 2 years. Bro, they would have had to look into this to see at least by Roger Goodell to see like, hey, like if we sign this guy, how long is this process going to take? Chris got Cowboys fans think Diggs is the best cornerback in the NFL because he had 11 interceptions. He led the league in allowing over. Yeah, well, he takes chances. Like Diggs is good because he takes chances to get in front of the ball. But once they got to the playoffs, man, that guy got burnt. He got burnt in the playoffs like crazy. Like that whole defense got smoked. Especially him, man. Like I don't care, but like the 11 picks are great. You know, it doesn't make him just because he's in the right position at the right time. It doesn't make you the best corner because you have the most picks. But there's a safety named Boston dude, like it's filled with Eagles stuff. Oh, Trey Boston, yeah. Yeah, there's some news about Trey Boston wanting to come to the Birds as a safety. So Tipos needs to go for sure. Yeah, that guy needs to go. Mick says, is it possible he gets a year? Sure, hope not. I mean, if he gets suspended for a year, that's kind of crazy. I mean, he wasn't convicted of anything. You know what I mean? So I'm like, why is this guy going to get suspended for a whole year? You know? I'm like, our says Covey is going to play more than you think, Joey. Remember me saying that in the future. He's a key piece of the team. Dude, I'm going to remember it. Don said, how far will the Eagles get Jesse Bates? Jesse Bates? I don't know, man. Depending on the cap, depending what Cincinnati wants for him. I mean, it could be a second-round pick and maybe Dillard. Could be 2 picks in Dillard. Who knows? DJ says we can get Bates for some moves. Michael D says Sipos is a disaster. He is underrated reason we lost the Bucks because of his useless punts. We should bring a new. Yeah, not even just that game. There was a few games at the end of the year where he punted like not even 30 yards. Like it's pretty nuts. Brent said, why would we want Foles when we have Minshew? Aaron says Watson will be spent a full year, which is why the Browns are cutting Baker. They'll need a backup for Brissett this year. DJ says if he's available for a second player, we should get Jesse Bates. Eagles top 5 team. I can agree. They better be with what they have. Rima says, yeah, Sipos is used to that Aussie weather. When it gets cold, he can't do anything. Well, he'll learn. He'll learn, bro. Yo, Zach, what's going on, man? Mr. Front Row Production says, can you see the Eagles keeping Bradberry in the long run or move on from Slay? They could. I mean, who knows? I mean, look, if Slay works out if he plays good this year, I mean, you still have another year with Slay. So I would try to extend him if they could. If he's still playing at a high level, definitely extend him. Just depends, man. You said, would you want Drew Brees? No. Eagles can free up $13 million by extending Hargrave and restructuring Samalo. Yeah, it'd be a good move, man. Chris, I think Trey Boston as a bridge safety. I would love Bates. I just think he would rather pay minimum salary at that position. We'll draft the safety in the second round. DJ says Jesse Bates like Eagles tweets on Twitter. That's how it starts. Yeah, that's how it starts. That's definite. Rod says, Joey, I understand why some fans are so hung up on picking Hamilton over Davis. I mean, Davis is clear freak athlete. All Kyle had going for him was that he's tall for a safety. Why the uproar? Because people don't like, I mean, people were looking at that stupid tape when he played Alabama last year when he didn't do anything and he looked like he was lazy and he was overweight. He was like 365. I mean, they should get him down to 320, 325. I mean, he looks great right now. He looks really good. This is a guy that's going to clog up the hole. Like even if he's going to be a pass rusher this year, he's going to be a very good pass rusher. The Eagles are going to have him pass rush him. I mean, it's going to look really good. Plus, if he clogs up, a couple blocks, these linebackers are going to be free to go to get these tackles. So with Nakobe Dean, Kaiser White, TJ Edwards, you're going to have a good linebacker core that's going to be stepping up behind him. So who that dude says, dude was getting 3 to 6 game suspension, not 2 years. Browns would have never made the trade. Yeah, exactly. If that was the case, I wouldn't have even made the trade. Trey Boston Baller. Kingston says, Watson admitted on trial his massage therapist cried after session. Dude, that's crazy, man. DeAndre says, Diggs has great ball skills because he committed to Alabama as a wide receiver, changed cornerback. I played against him in high school. Oh, damn. DH says they can easily free up 13 to 15 million contract extensions to get Bates. They can get it done, man. It's not that hard. They can get it done. Terrence says, Joey, how much faith do you have in Gannon? I'm giving him a shot, man. I don't have much faith in him, but I'm hoping I'm going to give him a chance. And that's it. Rhetoric said if we can get Bates, at least get Landon Collins. Jamie says, Joey Shakes, how complete is our team? Our defense, we are set at every level now. Offense, we're pretty set. I'm saying we are 9% set at every position. Thoughts? I think we are. Besides safety, we're pretty good. Offense, we're stacked. Offensive line, good start. I did the best offensive line in the league, plus good depth behind it. That's why it makes it such a great offensive line. I think you got a good running back core right now, especially with Kenny Brooks as a bruiser coming into the mix. I think it's a good squad, guys. It's a really good squad. Ray said, it doesn't matter about Diggs. I'm looking at Brown, and please put their number 3 on Watkins, please. Mick said, what are your Eagles' biggest needs? I don't see a lot of holes. It's just safety, really. Safety and punter. I mean, that's it. Yo, Trey, what's going on, bro? Real Recognized Gaming says, Flagless Fly. What's going on, man? Zari says, we need a punter and one more safety, then we'll be complete. I definitely agree. DJ says, sign him to a 4-year contract at like 15 a year. We could do that. He's only going to his second contract. He's 25. Dude, be a steal. It's like pretty much trading for a guy that came out of the draft. I mean, that's pretty much what you're trading for right now at 25 years old. So, AFP said Foles has proven in big playoff game. Why would you not want Foles over Minshew? Says, dude, I was mad when Diggs went to the Cowboys because he's a Bama boy. He's a good player, but he isn't the best. I don't know why Cowboys talk like he is, because that's what they do. Carrot says Deshaun gets suspended for 2 years. That trade would be the biggest fleece in sports history. Barrett says, hope Sippos has a bounce-back year like Jake Elliott. Yeah, Jake Elliott had a fantastic year. I didn't think he was going to have a good year last year, but damn, looked really good. Wigger, you said Davis is a small guy playing big guy's body. The dude is athletic. He's a football player. He's a football player, not a defensive tackle. Light says, all I'm going to talk about is Bradberry and Slay. Let's see. Andrew says, I'm still curious who the Saints and Bengals keep. Bengals have 2 spots for Dax Hill, Von Bell, Bates, and New Orleans has 2 spots for Honey Badger, Marcus Williams. Lion said the only ones that we didn't get about Tweets retiring and Mike. MP says, do you think we're going to make a move at safety and we're staying or are we staying put at the position? I don't know. Depending on they're going to have to make some other moves, most likely within the roster to create more cap space to get Bates. Bates probably won't be cheap. You're probably going to give a second-round pick for him, probably. Okay, 25 years old. I mean, he's a young player, so you're going to have to give up a little bit more. But with Howie Roseman, who knows? He's very good with trades, so we'll see. Eric says, who's the top 10 college players coming out next year? Anyone? I haven't looked at it yet. Like I said, I try to watch college football during the year as much as possible. I can't catch every game because I'm just really busy between 2 jobs. So, I mean, by December at the end of the year, I'll be in draft mode. Zari says, if Watson is suspended for 2 years, the Texans should send Kenyon Green and Jalen Petre to Cleveland. Yo, John, what's going on, man? Show us that Teron Diggs is the 8th cornerback that gave up the most yards in 21. He says Davis and draft picks in that front line is what made Bradberry want to come here. Eagles front office knows what they are doing. How did that do? Marcus Williams is in Baltimore, Andrew. Yeah, Marcus Williams in Baltimore. Poor Patrick Johnson. It says, where is Bates liking Eagles stuff on Twitter? I forgot what tweet it was. It was talking about the offense, that picture of all the guys on offense, and Bates liked it. I have the picture on my phone, actually. I actually screenshotted it. Jimmy says, yo, Joey, we finally stacked up good players. Team to love it. AFP says, I think we need more running back depth. I mean, I think we're fine at running back, dude. You got Miles Sanders, you got Boston Scott, Kenneth Gainwell going into his second year, which I'm excited for him. And then get Kennedy Brooks, get your guy undrafted from Oklahoma. The guy runs through the tackles really well. He has very good patience and gets to another gear when he runs through the tackles. He runs between the tackles. He gets to another gear and he has really good vision. So I'm excited for Kenny Brooks this year. The Dove said, do we have an official team for special teams and for kickoffs? LB says, Zachary Taylor, McLean, Jurgens probably will start. Terrence says, Landon Collins will probably resign with the Commanders. We'll see. John says, can't wait till training camp. Me and you both, man. Shuk says, is it true that we didn't get A.J. Brown, that we would have drafted Trent McDuffie? No, I don't think Trent McDuffie was even on the radar. Thank God we didn't get him. Thank God. Ron said, for real, Joey, I'm not kidding. How excited would you be if we trade for Bates? Oh, we're complete, man. I'd be overwhelmed. I'm still overwhelmed by the draft and what we did this whole offseason so far. I mean, they get Bates at 25 and a good trade. And this is a guy that's going to get a long-term extension. You don't trade for this guy to have a 1-2 year deal. This guy's getting a long-term deal. Oh, man. Jay Cod, what up, Joey? Gannon better start mixing up press coverage and blitzing in the game. Plum, there's no more excuses he had for Gannon. No, I definitely agree with that. He has to blitz. I mean, you don't blitz with this defense. Where you have with this pass rush has got to be great with Bradberry and Slay and the Covey, Dean, Kaiser. I mean, it is stacked. Kiggs says, how do you use Jay Davis being comparable for the Eagles, Vita Vea type, nose tire, or someone like Jeffrey Simmons from the Titans? I think you can use him as both, to be honest with you, because even as a Vita Vea, I mean, he is a nose tackle, but he's a lot quicker than Vita Vea. So if they go into a 3-4 and him as a nose, he's going to be fantastic because that's his meat and potatoes right there. I mean, he's a great nose tackle. You know what I mean? But as a pass rusher, I think the Eagles are going to use him as a pass rusher a lot this year. So I think he's going to play very well. I mean, with him and Milton Williams next to each other, I want to see what Milton Williams does going into his second year too, because he had a pretty strong year last year, especially at the end of the year, that last Cowboys game when we took all our starters out. He played against that starting Cowboys offensive line, and he was wrecking. The more reps he got, the better he was getting. So that was good work for him that game. Who did I do? Say Andrew. Other softies are Chance Gardner-Johnson and Sorsen. Name Brand says, where does Graham fit if we run 3-4? He can't go in coverage, especially. No, I mean, maybe they just keep him out. I don't know. Or they just put someone else in there. I mean, they could put Hassan Reddick at the edge if they want, because Reddick can cover as well. Derek says, what do you think Hurts needs to improve to have a good year? He just has to hit his targets, man. He's got to hit his targets. They have to expand the playbook, get more play action in there. You have A.J. Brown now. You know, you have to throw the football between tight windows. You gotta fit the ball in, throw these balls to these receivers on stride. You know, if you could do that, then I think he's gonna have a fantastic year. You know, he's gonna be running with the football in his hands too. I think that's a good plus for them as well. You know, open up a lot more. You know, teams are not going to be in the box as much anymore now. With they weren't really afraid of this offense too much. With Jalen Hurts being the quarterback, but now with Devontae Smith, A.J. Brown, and Dallas Goedert, it's going to be pretty crazy, man. Dub says, do we have New Jersey? Do we have New Jerseys for this year? We had the black on blacks. Those are going to be easy. Those are going to be great. Those are going to be great to have. The Kelly Greens come out next year. DJ said, defensive back, love having great D-lines and linebackers. It makes their job easy. Veterans around the league see the monster Philly is creating. I totally agree. I think the league is starting to see now. That's why we got 5 primetime games this year. We got 5 primetime games. They want to see what they think the Eagles are going to make some noise this year. Paul said, if I were able to tell you before the season we'd have Reddick, AJ, and Bradberry, everyone would say I'm delusional. Someone pinch me. Oh, man. And he said, okay, so Mayan, Honey Better was 3 stars. Guess since he is the best hope for a cut pickup. Hold on, I'm really behind this chat. Chris Guy, I heard Watson will probably only miss a few games, 3 to 4 games, most likely. Cabo says 7.5 for Bradberry by Crabber's Hammer. What a saving! I know, dude. He had 11 other teams looking at him to pay him over $10 million a year, and the Eagles got him for 7. I think it's 7.3. I don't think it's 7.5. I think it's 7.3. And they got him for that much with $2.5 million in incentives. I mean, that's just crazy, dude. Charlie says, waiting for Vince Young to call a super team and ruin our season. King says, Sippo started off last season well. He can clearly do it. He ended up the season not so well, but if he can be consistent during the season, he'll be good. I'm hoping he can. Taylor says, Joey, in your opinion, who's the greatest Eagles player of all time? Greatest of all time? Oh, God. I mean, you could say Randall Cunningham. You could say, like Reggie White. I mean, there's so many guys. There's so many guys, man. Even when I wasn't watching, because I wasn't alive in the 80s, obviously. But I mean, if I wish I was alive in the 80s to watch a lot of these guys. King says, now let's go get Bates. I'm wondering, he says Jordan Howard, a name keeps coming up in here in Philly. I don't know. Look, if Kenny Brooks seems to not work out, they could get Jordan Howard for really cheap on a 1-year deal if that's the case. But the problem is with him, I don't think they use him enough. Number two, that really pisses me off. They don't use him enough. Number two, I think he gets these little injuries that keep him out for weeks, like these stingers, and these injuries just keep him out. Weapon XE, NFL Eagles, what's going on, bro? He says, how many games you got us winning in addition of Bradberry? Do you see us winning? I had us winning 13 games, bro, but that's in a perfect world. You know, I don't like doing schedule reviews. I hate doing schedule reviews. I told everybody I hate doing them because it's so biased and win, loss, win, win, win. It's easy to do that. But, I mean, this should be a double-digit win team. I mean, at the end of the day, it should be double-digit wins. 13 wins, I have them on. Eagles Fly said, what up, Shake? What's going on, bro? Paul said the tweet that Bates liked was from PFF. The same as what Slay liked when they talked about Bradberry, and Big Play Slay. And actually Slay put the emoji eyes for that tweet from PFF as well, if you guys remember. Tara says, what does the punter market like? Is there even a punter market? I don't even know. You're asking the wrong guy. Yang Gang says Bates is just a bachelor, so technically he's Master Bates. Oh, man, you're funny, Yang Gang. Jermaine Brown today talking about suspending Watson because the NFL is copying the memo that suspended a player for 2 years for domestic violence. Trevor Barr. Brian says people want Hamilton because he's going to be an All-Pro. Jordan Davis didn't have many sacks or QB pressures. I would have went Hamilton and trade up second for Ojabo. No, I'm good with it. I wanted Jordan Davis. You guys by at least the end of this year to next year, you're gonna say, holy crap, Jordan Davis is a monster. You're gonna find out. You're gonna find out. No, I feel like they're gonna trade Jalen Reagor before training camp. I think he's gone. LB says if we get Bates, AJ Bradberry, Jordan Davis, Reddick, Nakobe in the same offseason, Howie's officially God. Seg says, don't forget Boston Scott, bro, is a beast. They just need to use him more. I totally agree. They definitely have to use him the right way, too. Put him in the passing game as well. DV says, dude, Shakes, I'm so happy for this offseason. I was kissed about wide receiver. I was pissed about wide receiver. Oh, we're good. I got confused. You said kiss, so I don't want to, I don't know where you're going with that, but Ann says Gainwell's decent, but I think we're overrating him. They don't utilize the pass catching ability enough for him to make a real impact. George says, you guys always trying to get people. The Eagles still got to work together. No team is put together in 1 year. No team in the NFL. Just give it a chance, man, and they could get it done. DJ says Joey was Dawkins, then Jenkins. Now it's going to be Bates. I'm manifesting this. Yeager says Bates would be a qualifying pickup. If he came here, I'd let him – You are crazy, man. Brent Beck says, what would you do with Jason Huntley? I mean, Huntley's another good running back we have, but I feel like there's too much competition from him. I would try to put him on special teams maybe. I mean, I feel bad for him because I feel like he could really bring something to this team, but unfortunately, they just don't give him a chance. There's no excuse for Hurts this year. If we stick with Hurts, has to go. I totally agree. George said the Eagles add like 10 new people to the team. The Eagles have put it together. Who that dude said, I just hope the OC don't hold its passing game back. I hope so too, but not even just holding I'm hoping not just holding the passing game back, but he's got to at least try to. You got to play design some of these receivers in your scheme that it's gonna make big plays. Like even Brian Baldinger last year was putting out videos for the Eagles offense saying, what are these route combinations? What are they doing? Why are they throwing to Reagor so much? Like Devontae Smith was open so many times. Like Quez Watkins sounds like, Quez Watkins had his press conference. He even said like he could play inside in the slot. And it sounds like maybe he will play in the slot this year full time. He'll be on the number 3 cornerback. He had 647 yards last year. From what the offense was given, Devontae Smith and Quez Watkins, they played well last year. They could have played better because of this quarterback play and play design from our offensive coordinator. So I thought they could have played better. There's Mill Williams is definitely someone to keep an eye on. And P said Mill Williams had a really good rookie year. Twist says, Joey, would you trade our 2 first-rounders for Rodgers? No. I would not even touch that. I'm trying to get through this chat as fast as I can, guys. I am sorry. It is going pretty quick. Shakes, you should move to South Jersey. Real estate is a lot cheaper than New York. You're close to the link. Your family would be 2 hours away. That's what we've been kind of thinking about because I am definitely going to be moving soon. I don't want to live in New York. I'm in the most highly taxed county in New York, and I can't stand it here. I definitely want to move to New Jersey. That's probably one spot, definitely. I would love to go to Florida, but Rich Man says, we need to apologize to Howie Roseman. Right now, look, let me tell you something. If Howie Roseman has a killer draft next year, if Jalen Hurts is going to be the guy, depending on if they give him an extension at the end of this year or whatnot, we'll see. Dave says, traffic is horrible. 95 South built up the airport. Shug says, question will still remains when this is Super Bowl parade. Kig says, what do you and the people in the chat think you should give up for the Bates? I think a second round in Dillard, or a second round pick, something like that. Maybe a second and a third. I don't know. Maybe a couple picks if that's the case. Reggie White, yeah. Chris got Zachary very excited. I would guarantee a Super Bowl with Rodgers and Dillon. Filthy Clean says, see you on Broad. Who's our strongest linebacker? Strongest? You tell like best, strongest. I think you got between the Kobe Dean and Hassan Reddick. If you have Hassan Reddick as a Sam linebacker. DJ said the way he gets players, I swear he has a magic wand that way. The way he makes things happen. I think Sirianni is coming off of players. Coach, I feel that's a bonus of getting players. Family Adventures family says, would you trade for Julio Jones? Because I heard some rumors about we could go after him because he's good. No, I mean, we're done at wide receiver, man. I thought you tripping if you think Howie is in hot water. No, not this year. No, definitely not. Definitely not. Do you think we need a new playbook, Joey? What's your thoughts? Oh, they definitely have to expand the playbook. I mean, you can't go RPO read option. I mean, because defenses don't have to do much against RPO and read option. They really don't, especially the secondary. When you're running play action, it's going to make the defense work a lot harder, especially with A.J. Brown, Devontae Smith. I mean, they have to expand this playbook. They can't just do read option RPO with him. He's got to be under center. He's got to be more of a pocket passer. He's just got to do more than that. So. Yo, you business, smash the like button. Appreciate it so much, man. Smash the like button if you guys have it. Philly Cleat says, how finally has a big bag like 17, 18. We've been dealing with financial cap crisis, which ended end of last year. I've been told you. DJ says the punter market comes during practice. Whoever puts the longest out of the player. Then 91 says, got into a debate with the Cowboys fan. He said Brown isn't going to help Hurts and much, and Devontae didn't have a good rookie year. Cowboys the most. These people like gotta stop, dude. Name Brent says this defense will make star out of one of these DBs competing for a safety spot. Chuck says, hey, I was in high school in the 80s. Love those Eagles. Reggie White, greatest Eagle. Eagles Fight said, would you want Baker Mayfield next year? No. I'm just no. Look, if Kyle Murray was available, then I would probably say go after him. If Kyle Murray is available, I'll go after him in a heartbeat. I'd trade for him in a heartbeat. No, there's no doubt about it. Joe said, Eagles fans sound like Cowboys fans last season. Jerry Jones got the free agent. They got draft picks. How'd that work out? Well, the thing is, dude, we haven't had a good draft in years, and we haven't had a good offseason like this in years. Since the Super Bowl, we haven't made this many moves. So, it's okay for us to be excited about it, but I'm not saying Super Bowl at all. Maybe some of the fans are, but we made some good moves. I mean, it's the second whole part to this is can the coaching staff get it done? Can they produce these players and put them in the right positions to win football games? That's going to be the next question to it all. Dub says, when the season starts out, you'll be streaming the games on the channel. Yeah, I'm going to be streaming every single game next year. I might be going to the home opener. I'm probably going to be doing a stream at the game. I'll be at the link probably, I'll be at the link all day from 6 a.m. to obviously when the game starts. So DA says, I haven't been excited for our offense and defensive front since the Super Bowl year. The Williams says, fly goes fly. Yo, Michael, what's going on, man? Reed said, what up, Joey? You good, I'm good, man. I'm good. I hope you're doing good too, man. Joe said, Eagles fans, it sounds exactly the same way Cowboys fans did at the same time after drafting Michael Parsons. It's incredible. Well, because we haven't drafted a high-quality linebacker in years, in 40 years. And I'm not saying, we had drafted a linebacker in the first round in 40 years, but we haven't drafted a high-quality, first-round talent linebacker in a long time. So, and Wake RU says, I want to suit up and play that defense so badly, man. I need to calm down. I'm so amped right now. AFP says, if Hurts is the guy, what would be our first-rounders on? I don't know. It's going to be – I think they go for a pass rusher first. I think they go for edge rusher just because I think Brandon Graham is going to be gone after this year, depending if he retires, because this is the last year on his contract. Barnett could be gone, even though he has another year on his contract, but it's a voided contract, so he could be gone too. So, depending on what these other guys do, Kyron Johnson, Josh Sweat, I mean, there's some other guys there, but Habib says, Joey, where are you in New York? Are you? I'm in Queens. I'm in Westchester County, dude. Philly said, we have Brown, Smith, Pascal, Watkins, Goddard. What team can cover all of them, plus Hurts and Sanders? Uday says, I think second Dillard and Rager should be good for Nate's. Mopo says, Jersey Shakes, love it. So excited for the season. I'm still interested in the Chuck Clark trade. The Williams 1122 car towing a trailer crash in Chester. Colin says, so I guess, Sippos has to go. The Dub said for sure, best Philly player of all, Reggie White. Sexton says, Reddick is stronger, I believe, but that's just me. Yo, Mayor, what's going on, man? He said, Mayor, say, Howie, how would you feel about signing free safety trade Boston? He said he liked what we're doing, want to play with Slay and Barry, plus he's a free agent. Dude, if he's going to be cheap, then go get him. If he's like a prove-it type guy, go get him. Chris says, best Eagles player of all time was Doggett, second Bednarik, third White. The only reason Reggie's third because he played 7 years for us. Shu says, TJ Edwards doesn't get enough recognition. No, I think he was a solid player, man, but he's got a lot of competition ahead of him. So I think he's got a lot of competition. Mike said, Florida's way to go, Joey. It's crazy amount of Philly fans are in. I don't doubt it. I don't doubt it. Mike, I don't want Quez Watkins going underutilized. He's going to burn those third-string cornerbacks. He will play big. He will be a play machine. He will. He will. I like him on the third cornerback. He's going to play. He played pretty well on the outside. I got to say, as a number 2, he played pretty well. King says, what are your thoughts on Josh Hammond, Pascal, Devon Allen this year? You think they'll contribute this year? Nah, Josh Hammond's going to be just going to be a camp body. Pascal is definitely going to be probably the number 4 receiver. Devon Allen is probably going to be special teams and maybe, get some snaps in, maybe, but that's really it. That's really it. Mike Dog says, good luck on your season. I appreciate it so much. Good luck on yours too, man. No Kyle Murray. I'm just saying Kyle Murray over what's his face from the Browns. Swag says, crazy though, we are set up now in the future. Think about that. We can win now and win later. D9 says, I'm not going to pick those, but pick and choose. But Gannon did horrible in the playoffs because Brady was just back-to-back touchdowns every possession. And what was it? Only one punt? I don't know. That game was over in 10 minutes, and that was on. It was on everybody. Everybody played bad that game. The substitutions were bad. You put Miles Sanders. Miles Sanders didn't almost play for 3 weeks, and they gave him all the snaps. They didn't run with Boston Scott or Jordan Howard until the third quarter. They didn't give the ball to Devontae Smith until the third quarter. It's crazy, dude. It's just insane. Devarius Jones, love the profile pic, bros. I'm going to Eagles Colts and Eagles Bears this year. Well, dude, I hope you have a good time. He said, team's going to be sleeping on us and when we good. They say we had an easy schedule. Chris says, yo, Joey, getting ready for my first year of high school football. Hope all goes well. Dude, I hope you have a good season, man. What position you playing? Waker you says, bring out the all gray uniforms, Jeff, along with the black helmets. Joe says, I love all the focus on the Eagles and the Cowboys. Don't wake the sleeping Giants. The Giants signed what's his face today? An ex-Eagle corner today. Ray said this year is about Super Bowl or bust. It's about building the right way. I believe they've done that and have the depth at most important groups, O-line, D-line. That's where it's most important, dude, the depth. The depth is where we're better than every other team in the league. No joke. Miles D says, if Hurts is the guy, more heaven and earth, so to secure Will Anderson. Jesus and friends, I'm calling if the Rams have any key injuries, we'll be the number 1 team in the conference. Weapon XFL Eagles says, with the pieces we have in place, we can now get a better evaluation on the coaching staff. That's definitely going to be something. That's definitely 100% correct. Yeah, now we're pretty loaded right now, and now that's why they kept the coaching staff the same way it is. People wonder why didn't we fire any coaching staffer? Yeah, we've been changing the front office, making a lot of moves there, but when it comes to the coaching staff, there's going to be a lot of positional guys on the hot seat, and the offensive coordinator, defensive coordinator, Jonathan Gannon, Shane Steichen, I think are on the hot seat as well. Zach says we going hard. Pause. Zach says, do you think the Eagles could make a push for Jesse Bates? I think they'll try. I don't see why not. Shaq says, no, we need a corner desperately. Lots of good defensive coming out in the second round. Reggie White is a traitor. Big Boy said Hurts has no excuse to be bad this season. He has the weapons now. If he has a bad season, it's his fault. Berg says, what would be your ideal stat line for Hurts to keep his job? I don't know. If he throws for 27 to 35 touchdowns, 3,400 yards, 10 rushing touchdowns, I don't know. It's really just the eye test at the end of the day, because if he can't get the ball to these guys and he's not accurate, and that's all it's going to be, man. If you see the same repetitive mistakes he's been making since last year, could be the difference. And piece of the difference between the Eagles this season and the Cowboys hype last season, we have vets that are champions in our locker room. We have guys that know what it takes to win. Amby says, now you add a young, talented additions to that. Zaire says, I got a feeling Jesse will be here next. Dude, I'm hoping so, man. D-Lane says, defense reminds me of 04 when we played the Patriots in the Super Bowl with Sheldon Brown, Lito Shepard, plus Quentin Michael, and Brian Dawkins under the great Jim Johnson. That defense was number 2. We got Family Adventures. Family says, we can't do nothing. Jalen Reagor's a bust. We would not help our offense. Julio Jones could take his spot. It would change everything. What you think? Then just use Zach Pascal in the goal line. I would use Zach Pascal in like third down situations or red zone because he's a big body. If you watch like his offseason work this past offseason, like his practices and stuff, like he's quick. Like he's at the break of his route. He's real fast getting out of his route. Like he's pretty good. Got strong hands. And Nick likes him. He averaged 600 to 700 yards with Nick Sirianni when he was the coordinator for the Colts. So fly like an eagle says there seems to be a lot of doubt in Epps. What do you think he needs to improve on? Coverage. I mean, really coverage. I think he lays the wood real hard. Pause. But coverage is where it is. Coverage is where it is. Shug says Will Anderson, Jr. from Alabama, will be available in the draft next year. I've been hearing his name a lot. I'm like, our use of defensive end worries me. Gannon will be clueless once again. D-Knight says, yeah, I don't know. You don't use your number 1 receiver in the playoffs. I don't know if that was smart talk. Tank not to use Devonta Smith, but I would have been more pissed. He was pissed off. He went up to Jalen Hurts and said, he went up to Jalen Hurts a couple times during the season, even the playoff game, to give me the damn ball, man. He had 60 yards in a minute and a half. I mean, he literally had 60 yards in like literally a minute and a half. Not even that. I mean, they didn't even use him. T. Barry says, when do you think they will show a new all-black helmets? I'm hoping probably a week or two before the game, maybe. I don't know. We'll see. And he said, everybody we drafted in 2019 won't even contribute to this team outside of Sanders. That is true. Okay, he says, getting that Vic, DJ, Macklin, McCoy feeling again. Mike says, what the NFC East doesn't understand is Hurts just has to be smart and protect the ball. He doesn't have to be great. Good wide receivers make average QBs look good. Look at Tannehill. Not even Tannehill. Look at the Rams quarterback. Look at him. I mean, I don't. He threw 8 picks he threw 8 interceptions the last 4 games before they went to the playoffs. I mean, he didn't really play well going into the playoffs. I mean, getting into the playoffs, they were still winning games, but he made a lot of mistakes. Eagles fly. I hope all other Philly teams are learning how to build a team. Eagles only relevant organization in Philly. Second says, Will Anderson will be able to go in the draft next year if he does not, or up to him. I hope he does with the 2 first-round picks we have. Amoik RU says, the relationship Jeff Scott with the ex-Eagle players is sickening. Nobody hangs around. Doc ran away also. I don't think that's too true at all. Did I say it'll definitely come down to the playbook because if the defense can hold up well, offense is going to have to carry, but defense in the heart and soul of winning game. Curtis says, Quez could be a special team nightmare, and plus I play left guard and DT. Oh, that's awesome, bro. Steven Lord says, Joe, you guys were talking about last first-round worthy linebacker in a draft the Eagles took besides Dean in the 3rd round, the Axeman, the only Jeremiah Trotter. Jeremiah Trotter was great. And you say, you heard these reporters that want Jalen to throw 4,000 yards and rush for another 700. They're putting too much. Yeah, they're putting way too much on him. Look at the offense he has around him. He doesn't have to do that much. Like, he really doesn't. The Dub says, but I want to see Jalen Hurts win with his arm. I want to see Jalen Hurts win with his arm. That's going to be the most important thing. The Dub says, could we possibly get TJ Watt on the team? Probably not. Chris says, could be a special team or nightmare. Plus, all right. I read that before. Yeah, I played left tackle and did defensive end. Then I switched from defensive end to defensive tackle because I hated defensive end. But Devonta Smith is absolute stud. Imagine if he had a real passer. That's what I'm saying, bro. I mean, it's crazy. No blocks. I hope Gannon doesn't play a soft zone defense for 3 quarters or more against this year. D-Nice says, Matthew Stafford wasted his time with the Lions. I see talent. I'm actually glad he has a ring. Chubb says, thing is that Jalen has trouble throwing people open, but this offseason, A.J. Brown being there will open up for Devontae too, so it'll make it easier on him. Says Joey, the last linebacker Eagles had as a first-round worthy was the one and only Jeremiah. And Wick RU says, Quez can't play special teams. He thinks of that. Lion says, how many wins for the Eagles? Bad 7-10, good 11-6, best 12-5. I think they can win 13. Cosmo says, Joey Jordan Davis 350. He was 2 down linebacker at Georgia. What ways do you think he needs to be to become a highly effective? I think they put him down to 325, 330 maybe. Says that which team was it that was playing soft coverage in overtime of the playoffs and they lost because I can't remember who it was. Oh, you're talking about the Jags and Patriots. The Jags had that had that game in the bag, and then they got too cautious in the 4th quarter, and they played that soft zone coverage, and they got and Brady just manhandled them. Family Veggies family says, who's going to replace Rager? I don't want him to start this year. I like Quez, but he would need number 4 wide receiver to line up next to him. Who's going to replace Rager? I mean, I don't even care, dude. I don't care if it's anybody at this point. A.J. Brown, Devontae Smith, Quez Watkins, Zach Pascal's going to be the number 4 guy. I mean, most likely. And we got used to Quez a straight line speed. He's got no wiggle whatsoever. I don't think that's true. I think he can wiggle around. The guy could run routes. The guy would have had 1,000 yards last year. Derek says the Kelly Green is back and the team is being built to win. 325 would be nice. Josh, I feel sorry for Tariq Cohen, man. That sucks, dude. Tore his ACL or had an Achilles. I forgot which one it was, but man, that sucks for him, dude. On video, that shit happened. Pronounced that Hurts isn't all that bad. It makes good decisions. Chubb says, I don't know about 13 wins. I want to see significant improvement. Yeah, I mean, I'm just giving you what I said about just the from the schedule. That's why these are the answers I'm going to get when I talk about, the Eagles can win 13 games, but it's just like that's in a perfect world they'll win 15 games. That's all I'm saying. Mayor said, MO8 car, you sound dumb. You don't know football. Delaney Newsom says, I think Gannon needs to use a 3-4 fronts, the old Jim Johnson style 4-3 blend with the 4-6 defense. Get off that dime coverage, dropping guys back 20 yards. Brady hit us with short passes. Every team hit us with short passes this year. We moved these corners 8 to 10 yards back. You're giving the tight ends and the receivers way too much room. We're going to get torn up. You're not giving up the big play, but you're giving up big first downs, easy first downs. That means he doesn't trust his cornerbacks on press coverage. He doesn't. You have Bradberry and Slay, two of the top 10, top 15 press coverage corners right now. They could press, and not even that. I think part of it with James Bradberry, too, is because he's really good in zone as well. He's got big, long arms, strong arms. I mean, look what he's done a lot. If you watch some of his breakup passes, they're pretty amazing, actually. Like the receiver actually catches the ball, and like Bradberry is strong. I mean, he could punch the ball out pretty easily if you watch some of his tape. Should trade Rager for the Jags for piece and make his back. Be nice that Bradberry soft zone and wide target. Seg says Gannon's definitely on the hot seat. If he can't do anything with the defense, he needs to go. I totally agree. So Laurie said, I loved every bit of the offseason except one thing. They did trade up to jump. The Giants took Kevon Johnson. With the very next pick, Giants took Darren Beavers, linebacker out of Cincy. I wanted him. The 1-1-2-2 says, imagine Jordan Davis, 325. He would be an absolute animal. He is fast at 350. Family budget. You think we're going to go hard for Jesse Bates? Good safety. What do you think? I think he might. They might. I mean, I don't know. Depending, they might have to free up a little bit of money in it, which they can instantly. I mean, it would be no problem for Howie to do it, but we'll see. Rob says, Quez is not breaking tackles. We still need another big receiver. Yeah, I get it. I get it. D9 says Bradberry must play man-to-man. For now, it says no excuse for the play calls this season for the coaches. Jocks, I don't care for Kyler. Every time I see him, he sucks. I say Hurts outplays him this year. Mark it down. It was like, if you had to call now, who you calling MVP next year in the NFL? MVP next year? Oh, man, I don't know. I honestly don't know. Like I said, whatever happened to Smoke Monday? Brent, in 2017, we went 13-3. Said Darren Beavers said would be an Eagles nightmare for years. A lot of Giants fans said it was a steal of their draft. Eddie Off says Hurts will most likely definitely improve and has a great mentality, but do you think we could be a Super Bowl winning QB? I don't know, dude. It just depends on this year. I can't tell you that right now. Mayor said, Rob, 9,000, you sound like still you don't know football. You broke a couple tackles. Watch some film. King said, you think the next two moves should be Bates and defensive line, maybe Clowney. Joe says only 6 teams in the NFL had over 11 wins. Let's see it now. Eagles fans think they're going to win 12-13. It really is incredible. They might. I think really all it is because of Jalen Hurts. That's it. If we had a better quarterback, probably no one would be saying that at all. They could win they have to win double digits from this roster that they have right now. Like if they don't win over 10 games, I'd be shocked. If they don't win 10 or more, I'd be shocked. Quay should have a breakout year, bro. 100%. He should. As a number 3, and I guess the number 3 cornerback, he should have a big year. Seg says, I really want to sign Zach Pascal. I haven't seen him play, so I'm curious. I mean, Pascal is really good with his body. Uses his frame for catches. He's quick on the inside. You put him in the slot as a big body receiver, but he's quick. Like if you watch some of his training this past year, this offseason, his break of his route is he's fast. He's really fast. He can get open. He will get open. Trust me. It's a really good signing though. Joe says Hard Jones will be joining Tim Tebow for lunch very soon, and Mac Jones will also be at the table. Mac Jones isn't that bad. Number one, Tim Tebow is so Jalen Hurts is good. It's better than Tim Tebow in the NFL. Come on now. Stu says Wentz first play against us is spraining both his ankles again. Fox says bring out the ski mask. Dogs are barking. For now, it's the 16-0. That's just me. I believe in them. See, it's just like I can't say that because I think that's ridiculous. But look, if you have enough faith, then great. I just don't think it's going to be that much. Buffalo only won 11. Mr. Not 1-1 to play with. Am I awake? Are you, bro? Get a life. D-Night says Hurts has a good speed and visible talent to me personally, but no doubt his consistency is too bad, but not perfect. I hope he's in the weight room every day. Yeah, you know he is, man. When it comes to his mentality and work ethic, it's great. But at the end of the day, guys, okay, it's really just has to match his play, and that's really it. It really just has to match his play. Yeah, Bradberry's already saying fly Eagles fly. Boom. He's already saying fly Eagles fly. Here, he already turned to the dark side already, bro. Come to the dark side. He already did, bro. The Giants signed MalcolmJenkins. Good luck. That's good luck. That's all I gotta say is good luck with MalcolmJenkins. He will lose you games. He will fall on his own 2 feet. So, good luck. MalcolmJenkins. How about that? Joe says, you think Doug is going to get booed? Oh, hell no. Coming to Philly? No, of course not. Doug, why would Doug get booed, man? Doug's not going to get booed. Doug was a good coach, man. I miss Doug a lot. I do. Doug won us our first Super Bowl, man. That guy was an aggressive coach. I got to say. He's going to get a standing ovation from Philly. You know, he's going to get it. He's going to have a lot of respect coming into that game. Wake RU says, I'm not giving it. You clowns attention. Go find one. Says, I never want Tebow next to Jalen or Mac's name again. Elaine says, I think we need another big back. We have it with LeGarrette Blount to pick up the blitzes to give Hurts more time. I don't know what Kennedy Brooks, I don't know what he brings to the table when it comes to his pass protection, picking up blitzes. I don't even know, to be honest. Eagles Fly says Wentz will be on that table with Dak also. Shuk said this offseason wait is going to be agonizing. Yeah, it's going to be nuts. McGarry said the clowns want to fight through the phone. Fernando says we proved before we could do the impossible. Drip says I don't think any of the QBs at the table with Tebow. Eric says, which safety would you like to sign? I would love to trade for Jesse Bates in a heartbeat. I would love it, but obviously at the end of the day, I got to be realistic and say that it might not happen. But you have to give up. You're going to give up a second round pick. You have to give up some picks for him. So I said, Doug and Wentz ain't Ben Simmons. They won't get booze. Kaz says Jaquette is going to be turned into burnt toast by Smitty. I don't know if they signed him to be the starter. I mean, obviously they needed somebody. Eagles fan, if Hurts can play like he leads in the locker room, he will win the division. I'm glad Howie gave him the piece to give him the best chance to succeed. Miss Nolan says, I'm awake. We can meet in person right now. Euro says, what up, Joey? Just got here. What are your thoughts on Bradberry and think we roll with these? It was a great signing as a number 2 coming in, as the number 1 from the Giants, coming in as the number 2, fixing a number 2 corner. I think number 2 wide receiver. I think he's great on the other side. I think he's fantastic. I think he's going to work really well. I think it's going to help, especially with the younger guys, with the competition that we have, with Job and, Tay Gowan and McPherson, some of these other guys. So I think it was a great signing, man, for a cheap 7.3 guaranteed, $2.5 million in incentives. I mean, you got him for nothing. I mean, you got him for a good price, really good price. So, but if with the safety position, I hope they make a move. But if they don't, I'm good with Epps. It's just his coverage that kind of worries me. But hopefully, we won't have to use much of his coverage because our pass rush will be a lot better this year. And I've always thought his tackling wasn't that bad. He lays the wood pretty good on people. Pause. But Jimmy says we need Hurts to throw the ball better, and we're set, Joey. Dion says, anyone we sign at this point for the practice squad, we already set in the 53-man roster. Chubb says, what's going on with Jordan Howard? Nothing, really. Oh, Dog said, Joey, what's good? Live from New York. What's going on, man? Live from New York. What's going on, man? Ron says, Joey, will you ever like a designated 1 a.m. stream for us night owls? These late night streams are fun. I used to do them a lot, but I try to get them done early now because I think it's just better for me because it doesn't free up my nights too much. So maybe one day. D-Night says, I don't want no one Eagles. Cornerback's number one offense. Delane says, Giants time MalcolmJenkins just trying to get information about our defense. He cut bait. He's cut bait. Our Grace says, I bet Howie trades for Chuck Clark. He's not done. Fox said this year that we can finally give Kobe Bryant a final goodbye on a good note. Yeah, man. In case our team is low with depth, but someone won't make the roster spot outside of stars. What do you think we cut? I don't know, dude. Like they're keeping they have that new rule with the 2 extra spots now. 2 extra spots. So they can keep 2 extra guys, which is a good thing. Thank God. So the cuts it's gonna be nuts. All right, so if they sign in the better be starting, I'm calling the sweep. Stoney says it was the deep draft. I don't remember undrafted free agents appearing to be as decent. Well, I mean, Corey Clement was undrafted. Jack Stahl was undrafted last year. They gave him the most money, and hopefully, since they gave a lot of money to Mario Goodrich from Clemson, hopefully as a cornerback, he'll be a good backup cornerback. Or they might put him at safety. Who knows? Says to Joey, put Matt Corral jersey back on so we get Bates. It's on my other couch, and it's been sitting there. I'm looking at it right now. It's literally been sitting there since the draft. I have not even hung it up or nothing. But obviously, I think Philly wants to put those jerseys on next year. I said, but I had a feeling we were sweeping them regardless. Rob over 9,000 says Kenny Brooks and Jerry Howard Jr. are the 2 guys to watch the next season. Both guys are true. Yeah, but did Jerry Howard Jr. make the roster? He was here for a tryout, but I didn't see any news on him making the roster. So, or invited to training camp or the OTAs. So I don't know if he even made the roster. I mean, I know that that Weedfall guy made the roster, that wide receiver from Fresno, but I think that was the guy from Fresno. Fighting Eagle says Hurts was a running QB at Bama and became more of a passing QB at Oklahoma. Does not give any confidence that he can become what he needs to be. Kyle says, Joey, all the new additions this offseason from Kaiser White to James Bradberry and every draftee and signing in between. Which one are you most psyched to watch? Oh, man, man. I'm really excited for Jordan Davis because I love the defensive line. That's like my forte. I love the defensive line. I love Jordan Davis. I want to see what he does. The Kobe Dean I'm excited for. Hassan Reddick, I want to see what he does from Sam linebacker to edge rusher. I'm having him as an edge rusher next to Javon Hargrave. Free up a little bit from Hargrave. It's gonna be fun, man. It's gonna be a lot of. I'm excited for AJ Brown. I mean, I'm excited, man. I'm pretty pumped. We got a super chat from Luis Cabrera. What's going on, man? Thank you for the super chat. He says, is Nick Sirianni under pressure? No, I don't think so. Because at the end of the day, what happens is Shane Steichen calls 5-6 plays in a row. He has a setup of what plays he is going to be running. Okay, and Nick kind of fixed the offense, I'd say, later in the year. I think he stepped in and kind of fixed the offense with Shane. I don't think Nick's on the hot seat at all. I think he's here. I think the players believe in him. I think the players want to play for him. I've had no problem with Nick Sirianni at all. But it's a good question, though. Good question. That's the question I've never even been asked, to be honest. So, Luis, I appreciate the question, though. Good one. Shuk said Barnett's best play last season was hitting Brady multiple times. Barry J. Vance says Gannon needs to throw the Pop Warner defense plays and put on the big boy pants. Yeah, I think he does, bro. I think he does. So, Teresa Karen Johnson's our biggest sleeper. He's another one I'm going to be looking at, man. This guy has got a nice first step. We'll see what he does as a depth piece at the defensive line, defensive end position. So we'll see. We'll get pictures of me meeting up with guys, a bunch of fruitcakes. I like women. R. Gravy says Trey Boston is trying to get the Eagles to sign him. King says, do you think they're going to use Reddick the same way he had so much success? I hope Gannon doesn't. If Reddick doesn't have plus 10 sacks, it's a failed season for him. It's a failed season for Jonathan Gannon. He can't get that guy at least. It's not really about the sacks, but he's had 23.5 sacks the past 2 years. With this defensive line you have, if he can't get this guy to get after the quarterback and can't even use him in a great way, I'm telling you, it's going to be interesting. Euro says that there's a chance to get Bates. How's our cap situation now after signing Bradberry? By the way, of our schedule and who we play, calling it 11-6 at worst. Our cap is at $5.5 million, I think, $5 to $8 million. It's not much, but the Eagles can make so many moves to free up cap. I have no problem with them getting Bates because of the moves they can make. So, Second said, no dude got the wrong Alabama. Hurts threw the ball and hardly ever ran at Oklahoma. He ran all the time. Stellar says, Darren Williams, KC backup, ran over everybody while Edwards Hilaire was hurt and David Clown was out there and Landon Collins is out there for safety. I like to trade Dillard for Chucky Clark. Chucky Clark would be your cheaper option because the Ravens want Jalen Reagor. So I think getting Bates would be more expensive. It'll be a lot cheaper to get Chuck Clark. He's 27. He's only a $4.6 million cap hit this year, so a lot cheaper. And he's 27, so it's going to be a short-term deal. It'll be like a 1-year, 2-year deal, something like that. Reese says, when is Bradberry's introduction? It should be today. I don't know. Which case, Trey Boston even good? I don't know what's going on with Trey Boston. I heard he didn't even play a year. I don't know. He got a new contract. I don't know what happened with him. I have to read more about him. So they said, honestly, I would move Cox to defensive end. I unplug Davis in his spot. What do you think? I honestly wouldn't mind it. Look, Cox, I think they can move him around if they want, like they do in. I think Milton Williams, they should move him around. I like him moving around a lot too, so I think he could do that. But they could do a whole bunch of different things. What I originally wanted, I wanted to put Davis next to Hargrave and then move Fletch next to Milton Williams to kind of balance out both lines a little bit. You know what I mean? That's what I kind of wanted, but it's, I don't really mind it, if that's what they want to do. Hot Rod says, hit the like button. Appreciate it, Hot Rod. Thank you so much, man. We got a super chat from Kev C. Thank you so much, man. So I like the fact they still have the Cowgirls at the best team in the division. I want to keep us that hungry underdog mentality. Dude, even I watched NFL Network last night, and they were even talking about like the Cowboys and Eagles, even after the Bradberry signing was still neck and neck. It's because of Jalen Hurts, dude. It's 100%. It's 100% because of Jalen Hurts. Because the league doesn't think Jalen Hurts can get it done. I'm telling you, the league they're putting so much pressure on him. The media puts so much pressure on him that he has to throw for over 4,000 yards and have over 35 touchdowns. Like, it's just, it's not going to happen. It's not going to happen with what he has around him. It's just, yeah, I mean, it would be great, but I just don't think it's going to happen though. Like, I feel like he doesn't have to play that. Like, I don't think he has to do that well, but man, he could play very good this year. So it's crazy, man. It's absolutely insane. But appreciate Super Chat, by the way. Guess says King says, Richie, you really think Barnett will have that many? Wait, well, how many what? Sacks? How many sacks for Barnett? I don't know what he's going to do. Craig says, do Bengals still need O-line because we got on Andre Dillard? Yeah, Bengals still need some offensive line help. I could see that. Joe said, Bradberry was an excellent pickup, but you guys make it sound like he's a difference maker. He's not. As a number 2, he's a difference maker. Yes, he will be. He will be a difference maker as a number 2. So, you know what I mean? I'm not saying am I saying Bradberry's going to be perfect? No, but he's above average serviceable than what we had before. Plus, I mean, I think he's better than Steven Nelson by a landslide. Plus, on top of it, it's just like the Giants defense was not built as great. Look, they paid a lot of guys a lot of money last year. That's Dave Gettleman's issue, on giving guys big contracts. But I think as a number 2, I think it's a little bit less pressure on him. You know what I mean? And he's playing across from one of the best corners in the league, top 5 corner in the league. Definitely agree. Karen says, Malcolm Jenkins with the Saints, idiots. Seg says, the Eagles waxed the Saint last year, the regular season. I still can't get over Hurts broke that dude leg and ran for a touchdown. It was nasty. Cake says, Joseph, he is a definite upgrade from what we have. 703 says, how is much pressure on Hurts, but not Zach Wilson or Trevor Lawrence? I don't know. Well, I think because he's coming in on an extension year this year, I think that's what the pressure is. You know what I mean? Family says, do you think we're going to make a trade for Jadeveon Clowney? He definitely can help this defense. He's a beast. Other guys can use extra help. What do you think? I think they could have I think they should have signed him before they signed Derek Barnett, but they got Derek Barnett for a cheaper deal. So I don't know. Kakao says, Joey, what do you think we get first, Slay, catch, or Jordan Davis carry? Oh, man. Slay, catch, probably. Rich said, yes, I do. Barnett, 8-10 sacks. Barnett seems like a guy, one game he'll explode in 2.5 sacks. In the next 3 games, 0 sacks. Ashira says, Malcolm Jenkins retired, whoever mentioned him. Mir says, do you realize all the Saints have been battles with injuries and Covey last season? So it says, Kevon Johnson is small. You were high on Johnson for manhandle, only Penning. Yeah, Trevor Penning. A whistle blew in the video, and there was no audio on the video with Johnson. He's got to transition to linebacker if he's going to be a pro. Yeah, I don't know what they're going to do with him, man. I don't know what they're going to do with him because at the end of the day, like, he is a hybrid linebacker / defensive end. Karen Johnson is, but I just feel like they're gonna move him around during training camp and see where it's stacked at linebacker now. So I don't know. Man, it runs a 4.38. He's really fast. He's quick on his feet. So I like him at the linebacker spot, definitely. But maybe being on the edge will be definitely a nice possibility as a rotational defensive end, which isn't going to be a bad thing either. We got Kev C with the super chat. Thank you so much for another one, man. He says Bradberry release was more about money than talent. Can't be too bad if other teams were trying to get him. No, I mean, there's 11 other teams trying to get him, man. Like, I don't think Bradberry is as bad as what the Giants fans think he is. And I think more Giants fans aren't really mad about this situation. I think they're more upset because he's an Eagle now than just being out of the division entirely. You know what I mean? So I think as a number 2, Bradberry is gonna do very well here. I think there's a lot less on him as a number 2 than just being that number 1 guy and having all the pressure on him being against the number 1 receiver every week. You know what I mean? So I definitely agree, though. JB said there is pressure on Zach Trevor. You just say that without watching Jets and Jack's media. Ron Rep says, Joey, who are you starting at linebacker? Is it Dean, TJ Edwards, and who else? Taylor? I mean, look, you're gonna have most likely Kaiser White, TJ Edwards, and having Dean as your middle linebacker. Most likely, that's the way it's going to go. Hassan Reddick's going to be moving from edge rusher to Sam linebacker, depending on the front that they're going to be playing. Depends, you know what I mean. So, and all 4 could be on the field. So who knows? We'll see. You got a lot of coverage linebackers now, which is good. 703 said with the D-line, like another QBR secondary going to look like a lot better than we have. They are. Kamo says our front 7 will make life relatively easy for Slay and Bradberry. That's what I'm saying. Like, even Bradberry at the airport talked to John Clark at the airport and said, like, the D-line looks really good, because to make his job a lot easier. I think he came here mostly for playing with Slay, and that defensive line for the Eagles is definitely upgraded. So he definitely likes it. Lives is still in shock seeing the defensive roster. Seven says you don't have to trade for Clowney. He's a free agent. Kevin C says it depends on the formation. Yeah, 100%. Joe says, no, we're not. Again, I don't understand the insides of a Giant team. Kadarius Toney continually toasted Bradberry during practices. But where's Kadarius Toney now? That's what I'm saying, dude. Like, who cares if it's practice? Like, it is what it is, man. Kadarius Toney could probably beat anybody, just like Tyreek Hill could probably beat anybody with his speed. You know what I mean? Like, it's just, are you talking about those stupid, what I can't stand? Here's what I can't stand. If you're looking at training camp, like those stupid, those corner on wide receiver drills that they do where there's no linebackers, there's no defense, and the wide receiver can run in any direction. I think it's so unrealistic. I think it's just very unrealistic to me, like those drills, if that's what you're talking about. I mean, Kadarius Toney's they were trying to trade him after 1 year, and he's a first-round pick, which he wasn't. He was a huge reach. There was not only issues with not showing up to practice, but having an attitude adjustment problem. And on top of that, just being hurt. So it's just like, I don't know. It's crazy, man. Jackson Giants are paying more Bradberry than we are. How crazy that. Stu says, how much of an impact do you think Grant Calcaterra will make? I don't know, dude. Depending on what they do, I think Jack Stahl, is a good blocking tight end, but I want to see him catch more passes. JJ's not going to make it as a tight end. It's just not going to happen. And Tyree Jackson, I would literally just stash him because he's going to be still hurt. I mean, he's still going to be coming off that ACL. I would just stash him away. Second year playing tight end, 6'7". I would stash him. I would argue, says, damn, well, how we actually trade for Strong for a draft pick when injuries around the league happens. Hey, that's another thing they could do, yeah. If the Eagles are not done this offseason, there are going to be more moves that are going to be made. Mark my words. Sigma says, we may extend Hargrave for 4 years and Slay for at least one more. We can't find a corner if Slay is down for that. I think Slay would. Slay loves it here. I do not question Darius Slay not being wanting to be here. JB gave up big plays in the Giants because their system and Saints didn't help at all. He fits. So I don't think we see him get beat there, especially against the wide receiver number 2. Loves to trade for Clark, and his contract would fit perfectly with our cap. We'd almost trade Rager in a deal for him. GD says, how many games will it take to see Hurts our guy? It might take, more than 5. It's going to take more than a few games. It's going to take, the best against better competition and what he does with these guys. It's going to, depending on the game too. You need to see Jalen Hurts win with his arm. I mean, that's what it's going to come down to. Steven says, don't get me wrong, Joey Cavan will help the Birds, especially his skill being fast. Tackling is superb, great long-term special team guy. Oh, yeah, he's very good special teams. Marina says, Reddick, Sam Edwards, Mike White, Will Dean when Reddick moves up. And he says, I'm a Giants fan. I'd rather have Saquon than James Bradberry. I rather lost Saquon than James Bradberry? Oh, yeah, I definitely agree with that just because Saquon is – Barkley was drafted on the wrong team. I think he would have been a better player somewhere else. That offensive line has totally screwed him up. He's been injured. He's coming off an ACL. I mean, he's not the same player. I don't know. I love Saquon Barkley. I think one of the better talents on the Giants, but unfortunately he's been stinted by a bad offensive line, bad quarterback play, and just been injured, man. GD said, I wonder if Earl Thomas is working. That guy just tried to poison his whole family. Whatever happened, I don't know what happened, but hell, Rager beat guys in practice. Yeah, Rager beat guys in practice. Do you see what Rager did during those scrimmages? He was one hand catching everything. Like, some of this crap doesn't mean anything. Like, during those times, like if it's Rager, I won't believe it. I don't care how good he does, but. Delaney said, even with AJ Brown this, we need to get one-dimensional and throw the ball 40, 50 times a game. Continue to drill with the run game to open up more play action. I totally agree with that. Eagles number 1 in the run. Okay, says, if you want to talk about practice, wouldn't that mean Rager is going to ball out and make one-hand catches? Joe says, if you watch him, he caught 10 passes against Cowboys and was laughing at them. Nobody could cover him if you haven't seen him. I'm not saying he's a bad player, man. I don't know why people are getting offended over it. Like they just tried to trade him. Like, that's what I'm saying. Like, if he was that good, why were they trying to trade him after a year? Hey, the news is there. It's there, black and white. They tried to trade him. So if he was that good, then you're talking about one game against the Cowboys. I'm talking about the whole season, not one game, dude. That's what I'm talking about. Thing says, I'm all in on Clark or Bates. Would you be better because he's younger and he could be offered this team? Well, if you get Bates, he's long term. It's literally trading for a fresh draft, a guy coming out of the draft, pretty much. 25 years old. I mean, he's long term. You trade for Clark. I think the only good thing about the Clark trade is that because the Ravens are interested in getting Jalen Rager, that you can make something happen on both sides, and it'll be cheaper, and he's a less cap hit for the year, and it's going to be a short-term deal, 1 to 2 years. It's not going to be much. With Bates, you're looking to sign him long-term, 4 or 5 year deal. So that's the difference. King says, you should take a poll on what the percentage that Rager or Dillard will be gone by the start of training camp. Yeah, I will. Kevin 3 said, there's a difference between national media, ESPN, and your local Jacksonville, New York sports media. 5-2 formation will be scary. That's definitely true. Rock said Hurts needs to learn how to stay in the pocket, not bail, keep eyes downfield. Stoney says, Kadarius Toney have to receive the ball from D. Jones first. Please go root for the Giants. Cameron says, I don't see us getting Bates. Even if we get him, man, that would be insanity. Steven Laurie says, Pop Warner guys, great corners make great defensive linemen. Great defensive linemen make great corners. I totally agree. It's hand in hand. It's definitely hand in hand. 100%. We said, look, we have so many similarities in the 15-1 Bears. Guess you think, we should get a power back and make Sanders more of a receiving running back. Look, Doug in 2019, I loved him in the passing game. Miles Sanders in the passing game was so lethal. They don't do it anymore, unfortunately. I would love it. There was a Kadarius Toney had a 225-yard game against last year. Tried to do much of that game. Hurts his foot. Was never seen again after last year. Guess you need a power back, especially in the playoffs. Makes the F. Scott, same Bates in him. I think we're good at safety. The spot says this defense has linebacker depth, cornerback, and a young elite rookie defensive tackle. This defense is going to be nasty. I totally agree. This is the first time that the Mara family is giving up control of the general manager and coaches. The Giants have upgraded everywhere all over their organization. They've upgraded they're updated the coaching staff. So they updated their coaching staff. I think they have one of the best coaching staffs. Don't get me wrong. I think one of the best coaching staff. I just think the quarterback is just going to hold them back. Especially not even trading back one of those first-round picks this year. I think the Giants kind of screwed themselves because if Daniel Jones ain't working out, or it doesn't look like he's a franchise guy, or if they think he is and still plays a bad season, gives them the money, it gets better for the rest of the NFC East then for years to come. Because I think the quarterback's just going to hold them back. I don't know why Brian DeBall or some of these other, Mike Kafka or some of these other guys are thinking that he's going to bring something to the table. I don't know. I think the quarterback's just going to hold them back at the end of the day. So. Like, you can have the best coaching staff and however it looks, how it looks, but it's just you don't have the right quarterback, and it's a new coaching staff too. Like, even if it's a good coaching staff, it's still just like us. It's just you're gonna have to see how they produce these players that come in. If they can't produce them, then it's gonna be an issue. And plus, it's what it is. Sue says Rager can put practice highlights on Instagram because that's the only highlights he has. William says Hurts is going to get better. He has to go against two Pro Bowl cornerbacks all the time. Like I said, I saw there was some stall in Minka Fitzpatrick's contract. Thoughts? They're going to re-sign him. They're just not in a rush to do it now. That's what I've read. Jabbar said we were playing cap defense similar to the Rams defense. Joe said that was a false rumor. General manager, head coach all denied that. That was a rumor. Well, dude, come on now, dude. You're really going to say you're really going to see the coaches actually say they're going to trade a guy, dude. You gotta know like what's a good lie, because they're not just going to be like, yeah, we tried to trade Kadarius Toney, but we can't find any partners for the deal. Come on now. Come on, dude. Yeah, the coaches said it. Well, our coach says a lot of things too that I don't believe. Our GM says a lot of things I don't believe either. That's just the way it is. Rev says I think we'll most likely get Chuck and Bates since they just drafted Kyle. Derek said if we somehow get Bates, we're going to at least NFC Championship. I'm around Giant fans every single day, and the crap that they say out of their mouth, it just baffles my mind. I'm probably the most out of like people that make content on YouTube, probably the most realistic guy on here that will tell it to you straight of what this team is going to be, and just like how. And trust me, if someone sucks, I'm going to say they suck. If someone's getting traded, I'm going to say they should be traded. It is what it is. He said you get Bates to sign a long-term deal and put all that money back in the large signing bonus. His cap hit will only be $3 to $4 million this year, and he'll get a 15-year like he wants over 4. Save that Bates money for next season. Marion says Sanders gained 5.5 yards per catch. Only 5 others did that, and 3 other quarterbacks. 4KJ says if Daniel Jones doesn't work out, they get a good one next draft. Yeah, but they don't have 2 first-round picks, so they're going to have to give up the farm to go get a quarterback top 5 next year. That's what I'm saying. They didn't trade back one of these picks. They had another first-round pick for next year in 23. Williams says, how can you stop them? You need 3 number 1 corners to guard the wide receiver on this team. He said Bates won't cost that much. What people don't understand, long-term kind of allows you to just move that money, and how he can move the money around. Look at A.J. Brown's contract. He's on his rookie deal right now. He's what, like $4 to $5 million, whatever the cap it is. On his new deal next year, he only costs 8.3 towards the cap. That's it on his new deal, which is kind of crazy. There was a Daniel Jones will ball out this offseason. He got the talent. He was on a pathetic organization. No more. Oh, man. You're going to be really upset, dude. You're going to be really upset. He's going to ball out this year. I think you're the only Giants fan that's actually saying that right now. Not going to lie. Dillard said, I really don't mind holding Dillard because you lose Johnson. A lot of no starting tackles out there. You see how many went first round. That just shows there's nothing out there. Hold Dillard. Euro says, don't think that we'll trade Jesse Bates, one of the best free agent fits in the league. Will command big money in the future. That's going to cause a lot of cap problems, especially if Hurts does well and extends him. Well, yeah, that's definitely, they have to look into account in that too. Get Nick Foles, Hurts play 14 games, and Cameron says, what's the likelihood of Eagles getting Chuck Clark or Bates? What are your hopes at safety? I think they have the most likely thing that's going to happen is they trade for Chuck Clark just because they have interest in Jalen Reagor. That's it. And he's going to be cheaper. And he's a cheaper cap hit for the year, and you're not going to have to give up high draft picks for him, and he can actually, contribute. Jalen Tolbert is unproven. Yeah, even the Cowboys fans are talking about Jalen Tolbert. Like, you haven't seen this guy. At least when we trade for A.J. Brown, I know what I'm getting when I get him. Even if we got Treylon Burks, I still wouldn't know what he's going to bring to the table. I mean, I know what he brings to the table in an offense, but I don't know what he's going to do on the NFL level. That's why I want to trade for a veteran wide receiver, even during free agency. That's what I wanted. DJ says, we have 37 million cap space 24. It'll go up for years. Don't say we'll have future cap problems. Eagles fan says, regular highlights from the last 30 seconds of the Giants game should be all you need to see. Brutal. Cameron says, CeeDee Lamb got shit locked up when you need 3 number ones, Tolbert and Amari. Ege says, Giants fans act like he wasn't the sweep, even if we didn't sign JB. Man Sniper says, Pete Carroll literally said they weren't going to trade Russell Wilson. He was gone days as they were supposed to. I think part of it with the Giants, too, is that they're locked up with contracts from Dave Gettleman. Like, there's nothing they could do with certain contracts. Dory Jackson's making so much money, and Dory Jackson's not even – is he a number one corner? I guess, but I don't think he's like – anything crazy. I don't think Dory Jackson's worth, I forgot how much he got paid. It was ridiculous. He was actually going to visit the Eagles at one point before we got Steven Nelson last year. I think it was last year. Man says Pete Carroll literally said they were going to trade Russell Wilson. He was gone in days and say what they're supposed to do. And not even just that, even the head coach for the Titans said, oh, not on my watch, A.J. Brown's going anywhere. Guess what happened? He got traded. It happens. They lie. They all lie. They're not going to go to a press conference and throw a player under the bus and be a piece of garbage and say stuff like that, because it wouldn't be right to say that. I mean, you have to lie. You can't. Just like Howie Roseman says, oh, Jalen Reagor's on this team. He's going to be on this team. Sure. I believe it for now until it actually, it happens. Come on now. We got 309 in the chat. Thank you so much for being here on we're having a nice little talk today. Giants, we're getting back. We're fighting back a little bit. I love it. If you guys haven't subscribe to the channel. If you guys haven't liked the stream, let's get the stream to 200 likes. If you guys haven't checked out the Shake Squad Army memberships in the pinned comment and the description below, definitely check those out. Any tier doesn't matter. You get the same content just for support and extra content from me I can't put on YouTube. So definitely. Oh, we have a bot attack now. We have a bot attack. We are getting attacked by a bot. A bot. This happens every damn time I stream. Cat says Dave Gettleman kept the Giants is what they do best, sucking. Pause. 703 said, we just need Hurts to do good enough to win it with the QB market. I don't want him to be the max player so we could spend cap on other positions. Euro says, I truly think Howie is playing the long game with the Ravens on Clark. See who cracks first. Laugh out loud. Ravens tried to trade him to us in the draft, trying to get the Ravens on it cheap. I don't mind. And that's fine with me. The longer it takes, the better it's going to be. Karen Holmes says, picture this for a second. Eagles signed Bradberry for $7.5 million. Giants signed Dory for 13, and all he had was a tipped interception. I love it. The Giants only paid him the money that they paid him because the Eagles were going after him. So they sent what's his face? Who was the other corner they sent to go hang out with him to try to get him to the Giants? His good friend they played with in Tennessee. What was his name? That corner that used to be with the Giants? I think they got rid of him. What's his name? Give me his name. The guy that they sent down to Florida or wherever he was to go meet with the Dory Jackson. The Giants sent him down to get the deal done. To kind of force him to go to the Giants. What was his name? Logan Ryan. Thank you, Cameron Holmes. Logan Ryan. So they sent Logan Ryan down to go meet with him. They had dinner and had all this with a Dory Jackson, and then all of a sudden he signed with the Giants to crazy money. Crazy. No, not Apple. Apple wasn't even here. Apple was with the Apple was with the Saints or the Bengals. I forgot. So, yeah, I don't know where the mods are. I need more mods. Yeah, I don't know why, dude. I don't know why the spamming. I don't know. Take it out. I already did. I already timed them out. Sean says Dallas was also one of the teams in the run for Bradberry, but who wants to play in Dallas? Nobody. I'm with our uses. Bradberry will sign a 3-year deal after the season. Joe Stanley, they're both trash. Joe says Peter Alonso hits the game-winning bomb. Phillies lose again. I don't even care. I don't even care about baseball, dude. I hate baseball. I can't stand baseball. I can't stand baseball. I used to love baseball. Show us the Saquon is just jitterbug. See how that turned out. Mr. Front Row says, let me get a wrench. We need some more mods. Just don't block anybody. Don't, unless someone's spamming, don't block them. Time someone out there spamming like 10, 15 in a row. Don't block somebody because of, or time them out because of having a different opinion and you don't like it. Be fair. Otherwise, I will reset these mods and unblock people, and I will reset the mods all over again. So I give everybody trust. You guys, whoever's a mod, you guys make my job easier when these live streams happen. If somebody curses in a comment, unblock it. So, you know, I don't want anybody blocked. I don't know why. I have to change that too. So, you know what I mean? I get it. Look at what Chuck Clark tweeted on May 6th. What did he say? What did he say? Here we go. All right, James Bradberry just signed his deal. Eagles officially signed James Bradberry. It is done, deal, done, signed, delivered. Officially official. How about that? What did Chuck Clark say? You're talking about the 7th? Let me see. Boy Lou Super Chat says, wrench me, daddy. I didn't give you one? I never gave you one? I check every day. I check every day to see who's blocked and what's going on. If I see anybody blocked, I'm resetting all the mods. I'm taking away everybody's wrench. That's what's going to happen. So I'm very I take it to heart with that. Steven Laurie says, Joey, my vacuum machine stopped sucking, bro. I put a Dallas sticker on it. It sucks again. Mary says, can I get a wrench, bro? Oh, dude, yeah, 100%, man. Mary, dude, how are you not? How are you not, bro? How are you not? Wrench, you pause. I was a mod. What happened? Oh, yeah, probably because of people. I probably took mods away from everybody at one point. Winston says, what up, Shakes? Great time to be an Eagles fan. Woo, let's get it. Ric Flair drip. Woo. Skid says, yo, Skid Mark's going on. He says, bro, this will be the Hurts first time since high school that he has the same OC for 2 years. Yeah, that's good, dude. That's a good thing. Which says, I'm happy we played the AFC last year, not this upcoming season. Zach says, well, why you say daddy like that? So they said, look at Jesse Bates' recent Twitter like. Yeah, I saw that, dude. The one against the one up apparently about the Eagles offense. Is that the one you're talking about? He said, thank you for doing these lives and vids. Keep us entertaining, creating an awesome community. I thank you so much. Well, dude, without you guys, I wouldn't be around. So you guys make it more fun than I make it fun. You know what I mean? So it's all on you guys. T. Barry says, I get Clark a cheaper option long term. I'm like, for the next Madden game, I'm gonna be asking people for super chats for that next Madden game. I hate spending money on Madden. I can't stand Madden. I want to do those things again, but thank you, chat, for taking care of the the bot, the sex bot. Louis said he said things can go either up or down. Joe said, how good do you think the Eagles would be if Gelman was their general manager of last 4 seasons? Give me a break. This is about more family and bad. I mean, maybe it is. So I'm just saying it probably wouldn't be good. You're probably right. I mean, if he was signed big, yeah. I mean, look, I think we would have been excited about, if Gettleman signed a bunch of players like that, we probably would have been excited too that big year. But at the end of the day, like, it didn't work out. So he signed big money to a lot of players. I wouldn't have liked it either. Sure enough, what's going on? LB and Fitz Tramboard, what's going on, man? He says, there's no excuse for Jonathan Gannon with all the talent on this defense. I totally agree. So he says, yo, what's the chance you think Mark is dumb enough to do that bet? I think I should get tickets to the game. If anything go down, I could put it in the World Star. No problem, man. You're all good, man. You've been here a long time, man. You're always in the chats. Me and Philly 500 especially for the Philly Shakedown. So Can't wait for the Philly shakedown on Saturday. Should be a fun one. Should be a fun one. You buy had a wrench. What happened? I think I gave you one. I think you already have one. Iron says I got you. No Tom foolery with the wrench. Okay, we're good. Good looking. King says I will let you decide when I deserve a wrench. I'll let you decide. Jock says I'm back. What I missed? Not much. We're just chilling. McDonald's says tell Rager his break is over. Yeah, I haven't had McDonald's in so long, bro. I don't really eat fast food. Burger King is like my way to go. I've had some really bad bad times at McDonald's in the past. So hey Joey, I have Dallas mats in my car so I can step on the car every day. Yeah, they're back. Yo, you gave that bot a 900-second timeout. Hell, bro, he's not supposed to be here. I'm gonna try to hit the link. Yeah, dude, I'm gonna be at the home opener, so most likely I'll let everybody know where I'm at and just to chill out. You know, we'll chill, we'll hang out, we'll do some stuff. It'll be fun, man. It'll be fun. Hopefully get to meet some people. Maybe, hopefully. We'll see. Let's see here. What do mods want to do? 703 says this Bacon King is some serious. Yeah, the Bacon King's the new chick. The Chook King. The Chook King is really good. That chicken sandwich is actually really good. I actually like it. Iron says, so you think we are good at our safety? I think we can rock out with Epps. Yeah, I mean, I look, if they want to rock out with Epps, I'm totally fine with it. If that's what they want to do, I'm good with it. Like, if they want to make a change, I'm good with it. If they want to keep Epps just for this year, see what he could do, I'm fine with it. But if he gets hurt, there's no depth behind it. It's going to be an issue. So not only do I want to sign somebody because of, just have a better talent at safety next to Anthony Harris, but, in case somebody gets hurt, Epps can always come in, we'll see. Mr. Awake, or he says, I'm awake. Stop mentioning Mayor. Leave him alone. Philly said, I bet McDonald's go back to Russia after all this stuff and if ever leaves the Cowboys win a Super Bowl. King says, thanks for the chat, my guy. Jim says, Joey, what's good? How everyone doing in the chat? And man, I woke up today and literally pinched myself to see if I was dreaming that we all got these acquisitions. Wow, man. I know, dude. It's crazy. It's absolutely insane. Chris says, I hope you and Philly Founder go to the Minnesota game. I'll be there tailgating. You can meet up with a group. Yeah, dude, I would love it. Me and Philly have always talked about going to a game as well. LB says, I'll be in Philly when we play the Cowboys. Oh, yeah. I would love to be in Dallas for a Cowboys game. But I would like to go to Dallas for a Cowboys game as well. Ron says, damn, I can't wait until I earn my wrench. Ron, they didn't give you one? All right, Ryan, you'd have to be, you could just come out and say it like that. You got one, though. You're good. I haven't given out wrenches probably in months, so keep time awake, leave people. Goofy Mayor don't even mess with you. Cade says, I think McDonald's will be back in Russia for counters and win another Super Bowl. Steven says, I know the season's been busy, but I ain't heard nothing but Zach Pascal and that wide receiver from Oregon that ran track Olympics. Think his name's Al. Yeah, Devon Allen. Yes. Joe will be converted to safety also, I think. Yeah, he's played safety as well. We'll see. Chuck said, I hate bots and spam. I timed them out. Salty says, I'm going to Browns preseason first game again. Oh, that's good, dude. Hope you have a good time. Well, we've been over 2 hours already. 2-hour stream. I hope it's been a good day. It's been a really good day. I actually really like the talk today. It's been a lot of fun. If you guys haven't, there's 253. We're gonna go for another minute, and that's it. I'll have a couple videos out between today and tomorrow. We've been putting out videos like crazy, especially James Bradberry, looking for that another move from the Eagles at safety. If that's going to happen, we'll see. But I hope everyone's been enjoying the content. Appreciate the super chats, memberships, everything that people have been doing the past for a while. All the support's been fantastic. No, you're good, Rylan. I trust you, dude. I trust you. I do. You're here all the time, and you're always giving good insight about the Eagles, and you're a big supporter, man. So I do appreciate it. A lot of you guys, all you guys are big supporters. You know what I mean? So if you guys have it, 247, definitely subscribe to the channel. We'll be streaming again tomorrow, the next day, the next day, the next day. We'll be streaming every single day. Then during the season, like we didn't stream during the season last year throughout the week. We did like maybe the streams on the weekend. That was it. We're going to be streaming throughout the week too, in between all these games too, to keep you guys around for, the rest of the news, obviously from game to game for the season. But we're going to be covering a lot of stuff. So definitely subscribe to the channel. If you guys haven't liked the stream, get the stream to 200 likes. I don't know how many likes we're at right now. Let's try to get it to 200 or past that if we can. And definitely check out the memberships. Guys, check out the memberships because I put out some really good content with the memberships. Extra content, any tier, doesn't matter what it is. The least you'll pay is $2 for a membership. Go get one in the link, the pinned comment and description below. So you'll definitely love it. I put out, every couple of days I put out some membership content for everybody. I'll have the link right there for you guys if you want to check it out. So I appreciate everybody. Does that include OnlyFans? Yeah, no OnlyFans over here, bro. So, OnlyFans. Joe says, peace. Even with all the back and forth banters, it's only sports. Peace to all. Evening. Oh, yeah, definitely. Joseph Santiago is a Giants fan, but definitely a great guy in the chat. Always shows up to the streams and big supporter, and I do appreciate it, man. At the end of the day, it's football. It's sports, man. Love all you guys at the end of the day. So, definitely appreciate it so much. Fridge Front says, like and subscribe. We'll be back tomorrow. Peace out, Joey. Have a good day. Joe said, what up? Gannon has to step up big. No excuses. Second says, yeah, we all support you, Joe. Even without a wrench, we accept the Cowboys fans that come in or hating on us. We're good. You're good. You're good now. You'll check the next time you actually type something in the chat. I'm awake. He says, leave me alone next time. You're good, man. Hit the like. Appreciate, guys. Hit the like button if you guys haven't. Don't forget to drop a like. I'm awake. Stop mentioning Mr. Mayor. All right, Rob over 9,000. See you later. You are famous. You are famous. You are famous now. All right, guys. You guys have a fantastic day. We'll see you guys tomorrow, probably around 11 to 1, 2 in the afternoon. I don't know what time. It's usually when I get up and I'm ready to go, and we're ready and we're situated. So, all right, you guys. You guys have a fantastic day. I'll see you on the next one. Shakes, what up, follow, slide. Subscribe, like the stream if you guys have it. We'll see you on the next one. Peace out, guys. Have a great day. Peace out.